Howdy, folks. Welcome to Mosaic Team 5, our original Starfinder game. I am Joe Treff, your GM this evening and most. Just going to get rid of these real quick. If you want to know why those were there, you can join us on Friday on our YouTube, but I'll get there in a second. I am Joe Treff, your GM this evening. Joining me are my friends, Matt, Dan, Kara, Olive, and Ari.
I like your shirt.
Oh, thank you.
I didn't notice it before. It looks cute.
We are going to play some Starfinder, but before we do, a couple of quick announcements. First of all, we are not going to be playing D&D tomorrow night as per usual. Instead, as I mentioned before on our YouTube, we are going to be airing the original Paranoia game run by Kara. It is a fantastic game. If you don't know anything about Paranoia, it is vaguely cooperative. It is the most antagonistic possible cooperative game. The name of the game is very much a mechanic, and it's absolutely worth watching. That will be at 7 p.m. tomorrow on YouTube, and then once that finishes airing, it will appear on Twitch. We also have a couple other cool projects that are in the works. First of all, we have some animations that are coming for us. I actually just got the updated ones for Shade Gibbs and Echo, and so I'll show you guys those at the break. But those are coming from a local artist. We also have some coming out for all of our D&D characters, so we are going to be having some animated openings, which is going to be great. And then there's one other thing. From Sophie Bischoff, we have a brand new art piece coming. The flat color part was just posted in our Discord today. If you guys haven't had a chance to take a look at it, it's really cool.
Yeah, take a look at it.
That will eventually go to our Instagram, which is @AlberonRPG, and so you can find it there. We also post things that show up on our table. Here's our table camera. There's nothing there right now, but oftentimes
There
there's
could be.
battlefields. Oh, look at that. There's dice. There's a spooky spider. What?
This one or this one?
It doesn't matter.
Oh, no, it does matter. Not 7.
Okay.
Yeah, you got it. Yeah, so you can find anything that shows up on the table. Additionally, @AlberonRPG on Instagram or Threads or TikTok or any of that stuff. And with that, Sirenscape, digital tool set. That's what the music's on.
That's what I forgot.
Sometimes it's there, sometimes it's not a sponsor.
And with that, we're going to get into our recap. Give me just 1 second to use Sirenscape, the digital tool set, to bring up our theme song.
This looks really good. Goodbye, old friend. I have no idea how I'm going to talk my way out of this one.
Mosaic Team 5, last we played. You ferried the passengers that you had rescued from the downed Tony Express to Prime Station. Immediately, you were able to talk your way into your docking procedures, but decided to cancel your success by calling them back and making a very suspicious request. You were boarded by the PLEA, the Prime Station Law Enforcement Agency. Between Echo's Roomba disguise of your smuggling compartment and Bubs and Spice's concert used to cause chaos, you were able to distract them from any untoward activities being discovered aboard your ship. There was an interview with TJ after you arrived on Prime Station, after which, Spice, you gushed about 899 to the somewhat unknown force that is TJ, a very popular infosphere.
Regards.
Yeah.
Big
Ready
regards.
spaghetti.
Echo, you decided after this to take a little bit of time away from the group, and so as they went to go meet your boss, Peep, you went to the Hollow Husk, a place known to be amongst the most dangerous in Prime Station. The rest of you all went over to the embassy of the USR to find new equipment provided to you by your boss, Peep, who you found dressed in a very nice Navy suit for TJ's interview. You obtained new gear, new weapons, new armor, and then Peep mandated that all of you stick together, especially if Spice and Bubbles are to go on a date, as that seems to be when the most trouble occurs. Pete made this very clear to you in particular, Shade, the team leader. Now, Echo, you went over to the Hollow Husk and traveled through, finding the dilapidated structures to form almost like a maze. And after a time, you were discovered by a pair of individuals. Two of the sort of mentioned Huskheads, these very heavily augmented individuals that seem to patrol and roam these territories. But you were able to stay hidden, and as they walk off into the distance, that is where we're going to begin the scene. Give me just one moment.
Cold shiver. That can't be good.
It's gonna be fine. This is fine.
Nothing can go wrong.
What is this dex bonus on the ESEC suit? It says max dex bonus +5. Do I get a +5 to my dex by wearing it?
No, it's. I have to
Figure
look
that
it up.
Okay.
I think that it caps your. It's basically like it's a way of indicating how encumbered you are by it. It means that you can only benefit to a certain amount from dexterity bonuses, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah.
But we'll double check. Echo. At the moment, you can just barely hear the footsteps of these individuals as they walk away. You can still hear the one just kind of laughing as they crawl along. But you are left alone in this sort of abandoned street with cracked concrete roads and the sort of dilapidated road that runs up above the walkways. What do you want to do?
Echo's gonna wait a beat just to really make sure that they're gone.
Okay.
It's gonna just like listen real hard.
Make a
And
perception check.
hopefully the listening real hard translates to a listen real hard roll. It's loading. Loading. As is Echo. Echo's in standby. There we go. Perception is 26.
So Echo, you begin to listen in, and then firmware update, and you're just sitting there for a second, loading, and then whoa, you're listening again. And as you listen, you can hear the hiss of steam off in the distance. You can hear the drip of some of these many leaky pipes that are adding moisture into the air. You can hear the creak of metal and the tumble of small stones as they fall down from the overhead pass. You don't hear any more individuals. You don't hear anybody laughing. You don't hear anybody talking. You seem to be alone for the moment.
Echo very slowly lowers themselves down from the support beams that they're hanging from.
You just disengage the arms, and it's almost like this as they let off that hydraulic amount of energy, and you drop down.
They're going to ping Shade. Found potential suspects. Tailing now. Will update. And sends a location ping.
Okay.
Cool.
Make an engineering check.
Like that. That's good. That's a 31.
Here in the Hollow Husk, as you begin to send your message and you try to ping Shade, there is interference here. So dense is the structure, but as you tune your communicator a little bit, you're able to send your message out. And you imagine with that roll, you kind of have the rough idea of how to negate this sort of disruption. If there is a time where you need to send something urgently, that could come into play. It's adding a little bit of time to each of your messages.
Echo sends the video file and notes that they've been compiling to this point to Shade as well.
Okay.
So I see those creatures.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then they try to stealthily follow.
Okay. Having waited a beat and being no longer able to hear them, go ahead and if you wouldn't mind. Sorry, just one moment here. You moved my note card with all my skills.
I love this
I'm
music.
sorry.
Yeah, I know. I've been waiting to use the tense industrial
You want
music
my,
for some time. Yeah, thank you. If you could go ahead and make a... We're going to call this a... Just make another perception check. We'll call it for now. Or no, survival.
There is
okay,
survival.
yes.
I was like,
Never
it's
make
gonna
those.
be survival.
Yeah.
It just keeps getting better and better. Yeah. Sorry. That's gonna be a dirty 30.
Ooh.
You begin to look around, and you have no track of them initially. You waited specifically for them to vanish off, and so you've lost their immediate and active traces. But as you look around, you had noted before, there's a lot of graffiti on the walls here. And specifically, as you begin to look around, you can note that in similar colors to what they were wearing, and you saw on one of them, there were some tattoos that said Huskhead. There are these kind of tags. You can see one that looks like a person who is shooting pistols to the side, and in place of a head, there's just a old CRT monitor that says Huskhead underneath. And as you kind of see it, they do seem to densen in one direction, the direction that they went to, and you remember one of them saying, "We need to go talk to the boss." And they seem to get a little bit less dense than the other. And so you can easily head off in that direction and be pretty confident that you're heading deeper into that territory. Now, that being said, this is such a complex network of tunnels, you very much run the risk of being lost. So what are you doing?
Echo's gonna continue forward. And like trying to like, can they use like something on their communicator to like draw out the pathway as they're walking along?
You could use something pretty rudimentary to do that.
Paint.
There are actual like items that do that for you, auto transcribers and things like that, and so you can't just kind of do it for free. But you're basically using like dashes and like the number, like the
I'm making
number
an ASCII
one.
map.
Yes, very much.
Dwarf
you're making an
Fortress,
ASCII
but
map.
worse.
Yes. But yeah, you can definitely do that. It's not, with that check, it's going to be pretty accurate. It's hard to make good scale maps in this way.
They're going to keep note of, rather than distance, they're going to try and standardize their paces.
Okay.
And so they're going to make each like tick mark be like number of paces to try
Great.
and keep track of things.
Like that. Okay. No problem. And with your survival
And
check, you feel
carrots for
pretty
the
confident about that.
When you print it out, it's going to be just a beautiful picture of a cat.
Roll a D100. And if you wish, you can add 5.
Ooh.
Oh.
If you
What do you
wish.
mean if you wish?
Sometimes lower is better.
Exactly what I said.
Okay.
Just tricky.
It's
Can you add the 5 after the roll?
hanging over
Yeah.
from paranoia. is
You
what
can
that
choose
is.
after whether or not you want to add it.
Watch tomorrow for more.
Yeah.
We're gonna trust the dice. We're gonna go with the luck of the draw at 58.
Ooh,
Because it's right in the middle, and I feel like adding or lowering by 5 might be a bad choice.
We'll see.
So you walk for a little bit. You follow these kind of denser and denser huskhead tags. And as you do, there's a couple of things that you sort of notice. There is this kind of steadily increasing graffiti, but the huskheads are not the only name that you're seeing. You see a symbol that is very familiar to you, as Spice has a similar tattoo. It is a skull, and you know that this is the symbol of Zon-Kuthon. This is a god that is very much dedicated to like torture and pain. You also see here and there, still barely adhering to elements of doorways and windows, old PLEA do not cross tape from ancient crime scenes, just like almost melted into the actual material of the building itself. Every now and then you could almost swear, although at the moment you don't hear them anywhere nearby, that you could hear a motorcycle just revving somewhere off in the distance. And then you begin to notice that the temperature is changing and the smell is changing and even the light level in a weird way is changing. It's like there's ambient light around. And then, Echo, as a familiar prickling sensation goes across the skin elements of your android exterior, you've been in radiated areas before and you remember this feeling. Looking around, you can see there is a dim green glow, and it does seem to be increasing in the direction that you're going. Looking up additionally, you can see right above the road, which is mostly fallen in, so roughly 60 feet up, there is a train that is in pretty bad shape, although 3 of the cars seem at least intact and still attached, and that seems to run further and above the glow of this radiation.
Actively running, or just like it's a wreck of a train?
Make an engineering check. And I would say if from this distance, you're going to take a -6 conditional modifier.
Can't always win them.
That's for getting 2 30s in a row.
Yeah, it really is. Just fate, you know.
Is that train real?
27 minus 6, 21.
Okay, with a 21, it's definitely a train, and you can't see in what kind of shape they're in necessarily. You see that they are not badly damaged, they're not hanging down from the track. They're still like very much on there. On the back of this train, the engine's still intact. The back seems to have been like pulled off, and like elements have been lost from that. It could still work. You would need to really get in there to find out.
Echo's gonna make a note on their map with this like location and the irradiation.
Okay.
They don't have anything to help out with this, so they're just gonna have to turn around and go back.
Okay. No worries. You begin to make your way back, following your very simple map, but it does seem to work, and you're able to kind of trace your way back to that element of. It almost looked like the ruins of maybe a train station at one point, where you had seen those two individuals previously. And we'll pause there for a second for you. For the rest of you, give me just 1 minute.
Same music.
Dun, 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 dun.
Watch out. You're in danger.
So. Oops.
I like it.
I like it, but I'm going to save it. I'm saving it for something else. I'm just going to go with some Western music real quick.
Let me go down those
Something
elevators.
date related.
So,
TBD.
for the rest of you, you all are in the USR embassy. You have finished your interview with TJ. You have received your items from Peep. You re-equip yourself, Gibbs. What would you all like to do?
I'm watching Spice get ready.
Have
and
I?
As
got-
I'm watching her get ready, I'm gonna just try to like make like a paper mache nose or something.
Okay. Roll a d20.
You get a flower.
Wait. Rose or nose?
Rose.
Oh, I heard nose.
When do I get
Making
the
a Kasatha
message
mask.
from Echo?
Yeah.
Or do I get the message from Echo?
Yeah, I would say like after Dan is doing whatever he
13
does.
Plus what?
Just 15 is fine. So with the 15, you spend a little bit of time putting together, like, I mean, you've done paper mache before. You do your best with the materials that you have. Like glue, like that kind of very, very mild adhesive is surprisingly hard to find. And so you're like going through the pamphlets that have been left behind here. You peel the stickers off. You rub the little bit of adhesive away. You're like doing whatever you can to kind of find this. You're using water, but you make a passable flower.
Okay.
It's hard to tell if it would really be construed as a rose, but then again, spice isn't from Earth.
All
Like,
right.
you know.
So yeah, I'm just doing that. I'm watching her get ready.
Okay. No worries. Spice, you're getting ready. What are you guys getting ready for?
We're going dancing.
Fucking no.
So you made a reservation to go eat. You haven't made any kind of reservation to go dancing. You looked up some information about
Oh, okay. I'm going to look up information about the dance.
Okay.
Please.
I'm getting ready to go and help Echo, like gearing up with all of my guns and shit.
it. Okay. No
I
worries.
had looked up information when I did look up 712
Yep.
Post Games before, so I have imagined some kind of idea of the schedule.
Yes. And so you're, sorry, are you going roller skating or are you going dancing?
I thought the place was called 712 Laser Skate.
789 Laser Skate is a roller skating place.
What's that?
$5
dance place?
milkshake dance academy
That's
is
the one I meant.
that you
Yeah,
had talked
$5
about.
milkshake dance
Yeah.
academy. That's the one I want to go to.
So Bubs and Spice are getting ready for a date. Shade is getting ready for war, and they both come out looking like characters from the Matrix.
Basically. And
Why are we
so
wearing the same thing?
you would find
Someone has to change.
Bubbles. There are a few different options here for what you're looking for. There are dance lessons for
Is there
20
a
credits.
contest?
There is an endurance dance competition to enter for 100 credits as a buy-in with a 5,000 credit prize. There is also a couples ballroom competition with crowns for the winner, 1,000 credits, and a dinner for two at Gino's across the street.
Bubs is going to decide. Does he have to make an appointment to enter, or can he just?
Yeah, you have
Okay,
to, I
so
mean,
he'll enter.
okay. So you're paying 1,000 credits?
Yes.
Okay.
I imagine you did say last game that people we got some credits from the Tony Express bounty. I do have actually money left.
Wait, how much
Do you
money
have
did we
any
get?
money?
Well,
did
Echo has all of the hard currency.
I
Yeah.
have exactly 1,000
It is very
credits.
safe.
So you emptying your bank account?
Into
You gonna
butthole.
overdraft?
You
Just
better win
remember,
or you
you
can't
have
pay
to
for
go
dinner.
to dinner too.
Yeah.
And you picked literally the most, one of the more...
Well,
Why do you
Spice
do
will
these
probably...
things?
She'll probably be, dance now. She'll forget about dinner. And we'll probably win. We'll get the free dinner. So,
These are fun,
I'm not worried about
Cute
it.
little dreams that
So
you have.
are you going to look up like the menu at Chez Ren, or like are you...
No, we're going dancing first, then dinner.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're hoping to you're really banking on winning the prize.
Bubs knows he's gonna win. He's been practicing in front of a mirror.
Oh boy. Okay. So, Bubs. Okay, no worries. So you spend 1,000 credits to register for the $5 milkshake couples ballroom competition.
Money. Why are you fellas? I'm not letting you do this.
You don't know. You don't know. He's doing it on his phone.
You've never been in love. That's what the point thing is.
Pew pew.
Androids can't love. So,
Do androids
Bubbles,
Do
Spice, the
androids
two of
dream
you
of
get ready. What are you wearing, Bubbles?
Bubs will probably match what is Spice wearing, because I'll probably match. Usually that's what I usually do.
Okay, so on the spot, I'm thinking she has, those like gold chain dresses? She's wearing one of those like gold chain dresses and it's a halter top. And then she's got a diamond necklace to cover her new, the choker that she has for the dragon gland. So it all seamlessly goes down her neck. And she has her knee-high boots, but they're gold. They're shiny gold. High heels now. And then she's also gonna have shiny gold gloves.
So very much in the kind of anime vein. It's like a lot of the same outfit pieces, but nicer, and
Yes.
then like also a dress. Yeah. No
I
worries.
say this. I guess
What are you gonna do with gold?
I guess Bubs will have a gold tuxedo.
Perfect. I'm imagining the.
So Olive just goes like, "Oh, this with the hemline and the this and all of this." And you're like, "A gold tuxedo."
That's how it is for a guy.
No, trust me, I know.
This guy's just like, yeah,
No, I
we're
know.
penguins.
That is one thing that I do wish we had like a few more options.
Yeah.
available.
You
It really
can
is
have
right.
You're an
a
Oscar.
You know how guys wear those mesh things on? I don't know. Well, like at a rave, you can wear like a gold thing that matches my
fishnet?
dress. No, it would be
all
like
the
a
raves
gold
that I go
chain.
to for my nonprofit.
The company-sponsored nonprofit.
I'm in my mid-30s, folks.
Yeah, so I imagine I'll like show my outfit. Babe, how does this look? Good?
Oh, you look amazing! I love it.
Where is this all happening?
And so there's 3 rooms right
The
now.
armor room.
Presumably the 2 of you are in one of the embassy rooms. Shade, I don't know if you're in one, and then the 2 of you are going to be in one, but
in
presumably right now it's them, the 2 of them in one, and then one of you in each of the other 2.
Oh, because I'm trying to make moves, and I'm gonna confront these fools
Okay.
before I leave.
So you go up to Bubbles and Spice's door. You can hear.
I'll hang out in the hallway.
Oh, okay. Gibbs is
that.
just in the hall.
Okay.
And you can hear Bubbles there, just like, how do I look? And then just like, everything that's going on behind the door. It's not especially quiet.
I'm opening the door.
Okay. You open the door, and you can see Bubbles in a gold tuxedo. You can see Spice in a gold but chained dress.
Yeah, but chained.
Yeah.
But chiseled.
But chiseled.
But
That's what it is now.
But jizzled.
Oh,
Sorry.
not gonna touch
Not
that
yet.
one. Not gonna touch that one. So, and that's what you see. It's not exactly mission ready.
You need to roll up your arms a little
I'm
bit,
gonna
because then you're
Play
gonna
the
stretch out
footage
your
that
hand.
Echo sent me of the hollow husk.
So suddenly, as you go to like straighten out this little element of Bubs' outfit, right between the 2 of you, this image gets beamed, and you can see these 2 like deformed-looking individuals. And right away, Bubs, you know that these are Huskheads. These are members of a gang that, depending on who you ask, really kind of run the Hollow Husk. If you ask them, they certainly do. If you ask anybody else, they're mostly a nuisance. They're not as dangerous as the Zon Kuthan cultists that take up.
From what you've told me previously, that the Hollow Husk has changed a lot since Bubs has been there.
Likely.
So in Bubs' mind, yeah, they're not as bad as the Zonthukon gang,
Yeah.
and it's just.
I'm telling you everything that
Yeah.
you remember.
Yeah.
I'm not telling you how things are now.
Yeah, no, in Bubs' mind, I'm saying, yeah. So he's thinking, yeah,
This neighborhood has gone to shit.
this is part of the course. Of course, it's like seeing someone on the street, in a bad area. It's like, oh yeah, maybe maybe that's part of the area. Who knows? It's part of the course.
It's just like some guy's uncle.
Yeah.
He's
Wait,
harmless.
Can I squint at it? Why are they deformed, like medically?
Make a medicine
Is
check.
that
Yeah.
okay? Sorry if it's already been done.
No, it hasn't.
We don't do medicine stuff.
Okay.
It was very notable that Gibbs was gone last session.
Okay. Oh, I get a plus 20 now.
Damn.
29.
Damn.
It's one of my highest stats.
Yeah. So with the 29, you squint and instantly you can see these individuals are highly augmented to the point of deformity.
Okay.
You can see this individual doesn't even have eyes anymore. Their entire face has essentially been replaced with a pair of angle grinders that work at opposite angles to like grind things into it. The other person seems to have some kind of like cybernetics in their eyes and throat. Through that like quick glimpse, you can't get specifics, but they are highly augmented, more so than Spices.
If someone's willing to do that to their body, they're probably pretty dangerous. If they're willing to do that to themselves.
Did I get the audio from Echo of their conversation?
With who?
As they were passing by.
Yeah, I would say so.
What was the
They're
audio
speaking
saying?
completely out loud.
Sorry.
Basically talking about like
And they're not quiet.
fucking up androids.
Yeah. And be like, let's go to the boss. Let's get boss.
Yeah, and then having to I'm going to help Echo.
That sounds like something I would like to do too.
Why does Echo need help?
Because she's in a sketchy place, looking up sketchy stuff. And
Oh, well, I've been at the Hollow House. People like that are just there. It's not that bad. It's not like it's changed.
Isn't there a serial killer on the loose there
I
too?
am leaving immediately.
Okay, bye.
I suggest you all recognize your priorities in this situation.
Here, I can help you find her.
Thank you.
This is going to look over at Bubbles.
I'm finishing my preparations and heading to the coordinates that Echo sent me.
Bubbles, you do have 5 hours.
Before the dance?
5 hours in the Hollow Husk is not a lot of time. But, and so I would say, Bubbles, you're aware that it would be very easy to get lost in there. In fact, like, walking into the Hollow Husk, it's almost guaranteed that you'll get lost. It's more about when you get out.
What Bubs would do in this moment is he would return Spice's glare.
So they're both just like,
Oh, Bubs.
what are our priorities
Yeah,
again?
that's what Bubs would do.
Okay, so Spice is gonna go, well, I'm not gonna change because this outfit took hours to put on, but I'm just going, what she's gonna do is she's just gonna strap all of her weapons on top and her armor on top of her
Phenomenal.
outfit. She goes, well, if we have 5 hours, then I guess we can help out.
Oh, if you want, babe, we could definitely, be part of the date night.
Yeah, let's kill people as part of our date.
So Mr. and Mrs. Smith, apparently,
Yeah.
you guys are dressed in a golden tuxedo and golden dress and many guns.
Bubs doesn't know if that's what she wants seriously or not.
Well, yeah, she's gonna strap all of her guns to her, like, legs and shit.
Gibbs kind of like looks at Shade and is like, well, at least they're coming.
We are not finished here. But for now, we're going to help Echo.
What is Echo doing?
You guys walking and talking?
Yeah.
You begin to make your way towards the central
Did you
lift of
send
the
Echo
embassies.
down there for some reason?
No, Echo sent herself down there. She wanted to get away from you, I think.
Echo is there because
Gibbs would have a high enough insight. If she was there, she would know.
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah,
for sure,
yeah.
absolutely.
Echo left before that.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Echo is there because I sent her there because we were worried that any contact with the USR would be unwise given the fact that there was a message sent off on the Tony Express that may still fall into their hands, depending on the outcome of a space battle.
Okay.
And I'll correct. I have status up on Echo because I have it on these two, and then I think it's on Spice right now. I can only do 3 people, so I'll correct as we're getting closer to the coordinates of like if Echo is moving. I can I know the distance and the direction from me that Echo is.
Okay, yeah.
Actually, I don't know if I know the distance. I think I only know the direction.
I thought you just knew the distance.
I thought you just knew the health.
I thought you just knew.
Hold on. Never mind. Let me find the spell.
No
then.
worries, no worries. Yeah, yeah. So
But
you start
I
getting ready to do
have a
that.
way that I can know.
So you make your way to the central lift in the council tower.
And I'll bring all my weapons too.
Cool. Shade, are you bringing all your weapons too?
Yeah, I was gearing up while they were getting dressed.
Just double check.
so-
I want to make sure.
Just got to make sure I got everything.
Fly down this elevator. You go past several floors of embassies. You go past Galactic Control. You go past several different places until you reach the bottom. At the bottom, there are those two kind of SUV-like cars that you had been taken in.
I know their relative position to me, so I know both.
Yeah, so you have a pretty good idea as to where they are.
Yeah.
The two drivers have been left there with those two cars. And as you approach, one of them just kind of has the window go down and just says, "Where will it be going? We're supposed to keep an eye on you to make sure you don't get into too much trouble. And you're supposed to have your sashes with you."
Oh, I have my sash. I put it on my pocket.
Oh, the USR sash?
We're going to
They're
dinner.
upstairs.
Okay, where are we going?
I'm gonna find coordinates that are outside of the husk, but close enough along the perimeter and near a believable restaurant to go to, so that then we can fuck off from there and go actually help Echo.
Okay, no problem. So you would remember. Wait a second here.
Sorry, who's this handler?
We are at the USR embassy,
Okay.
so
Just
they're
some guy.
basically like
Lieutenant Clerk and Wesley.
So the term Colson District is the one that really lies alongside the Hollow Husk, and that's where you can go. You can look up, and unfortunately, this is a place that really has a lot more like museums and theaters and things like that. But across,
I actually thought that we would go to the museum first before dinner.
Great.
What a cultural evening.
And then I'm gonna put the coordinates in for the closest museum that is within like close proximity to the Hollow Husk and the coordinates that I last got from Echo.
the Co-Institute for Game Design is a museum/school designed very much for creating video games. And that is almost right outside the Hollow Husk. It is kind of in a place that will be... it also has a really good connection to the Infosphere.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Gibbs is gonna like
Sounds like the spot.
crop dust this guy because that's how you like get someone to give you more distance, is you just are gross.
Okay.
So Gibbs is just gonna sort of like, and she's like, her friends are immune to it at this point as far as she's concerned, but just gonna like be kind of like sniffly and like sticky child, like
I unplugged my olfactory sensors months ago.
right.
So Gibbs
Good thing
lets
those
out a
can't
nice
taste
fart. You can see the USR officer who's like ready to drive you around, kind of looks at you and blinks and says,
Spice
"Well,
don't even care anymore.
thank you for doing that before you got in, I guess."
Should we walk?
The window just goes up. The doors are unlocked, and if you wish, you can get in and get a ride there. Otherwise, if you want to walk, at quick calculation, it's about 23 hours.
Oh,
3 hours? And how long is it for them driving, and how long would it be for me driving?
I don't know how you want me to answer that. So, I mean, you've never been here.
All right, I'm getting in. Just time is of the essence here.
There we go. Okay, so you're getting in the car. Everybody else getting in as well?
Yes.
All right. You make your way. As soon as you get in, the door shuts, locks, and instantly you're aware of
Gibbs.
Gibbs.
Every time.
I get nervous. I get cars, flatulence.
Yeah, gross. What do
Kate-
you eat?
Your driver pulls out
Hot
onto the
dogs.
street. You could see they pull their uniform up like a little bit higher on their face, but they drive. It's a relatively unremarkable drive. I would say they do seem to be looking in the mirror at Bubs and Spice, who are a little bit of a spectacle, wearing one layer of like very formal kind of dancing gear, one layer of armor and weapons, and then also these USR diplomatic sashes over all that. But you make your way to the Term Colson district.
I have my glamour suit armor projecting the.
No worries.
Yeah.
And you are dropped outside of the kind of black Art Deco Co-Institute for Game Design. Big central building that is flanked by two long halls that run both fore and aft of the main building. if you look to your east, or to your right, I guess, you can see the boarded up and kind of broken down elements that have been hastily erected to form a barrier between this district and the Hollow Husk proper.
Quickest way to get to Echo.
Okay.
I'm gonna also try to whisper calm now that we're in the good area, I think.
So first, Shade, make a survival check, as you're going to try to locate Echo.
Can Bubs also start pointing out locations because he knows this area?
Interestingly, Bubs, as you get here, you're looking around and things have really changed. This is an area that has always been, well, not super nice. There's been like a lot of like families and things like that here. It wasn't like a super well off place. There really aren't a lot of those anymore. You can see these big museums. You can see there is a theater that has been put up. There's a big garden that's been, a vertical garden that's been integrated. Not a lot of people who are living here anymore. But as you kind of get into the actual Husk proper, you slide into these very narrow streets with these broken down walls and a lot of garbage everywhere.
Hey, this is nice. I like this place.
For you, Gibbs, it is quite nice.
I
There is
like
just bags
it.
of garbage and
I lower the
discarded things
windows.
everywhere. Okay, you lower the window and it only goes down about like an inch, and then you hear it like lock as she just locks the window from
Wait,
behind.
why?
Just the child lock.
What? I get my little fingers out. Can you open this, please?
She turns and you can see the eye. She has to like keep the car on the road.
Yeah.
But as she like pulls to a stop outside the Hollow Husk, she's just going to say, "It's dangerous in there, so don't."
It looks so nice, though.
She kind of looks at you. Do you want me to wait for all of you, or can you find your way back to the embassy yourself?
We will catch a ride back later ourselves.
Very well. I'm supposed to keep an eye on you, so you're staying within the Hollow Husk?
We will be heading back as soon as possible.
Make a bluff check.
Is it bluff? I mean, that's what I'm playing.
I mean, this guy asked us to investigate. His superior did, so it's not like that big of a deal.
11?
Yeah,
Okay.
he also said it was
Yeah.
investigating.
Oh. Nice.
Okay. Doors unlock.
Cool. I'm getting out,
There you go.
and we're not actually going to the museum, right?
So you watch as their car, this black SUV-like car, just rolls away down the street.
All right.
And after making sure that it disappears, if you want, you could just turn around and go straight into the house.
Yep, that's the plan.
No problem.
And yeah, following the coordinates that
What was
I
your
just
survival check?
It was a 10.
Could I also make one?
No.
Okay.
Roll a D100, and you can choose with... No, not you.
Oh, it's the other.
Shade is leading. So Shade's going to roll a D100. Because Bubs is there, you are not going to automatically subtract 25 from it.
That's my suit.
No, because you have a rough idea as to where you're going.
Oh, okay.
77.
Oh, subtracted good. Okay.
No, subtracting would be bad, and so you're not subtracting. 77?
Did want it
77.
77. You make your way traveling through this area, and at first you try to follow this map that Echo has made, but it is really following the path that Echo took, and you aren't starting there, and so it's a little bit different. Bubs is a pretty good help, because as you're kind of tracing around here, Bubbles, though things have changed a substantial amount, there are elements of this that you do recognize. You see an old sign for filling the hollow soup kitchen. That is a rough landmark that does... It stays in the same intersection, although it moves from the four buildings on the corner. And from that alone, you have a rough idea as to where you are. And so you're able to orient Shade's map. And as you like turn what is essentially a bunch of like lines and arrows, and you see an O and a smiley face, when you turn it around, all of a sudden you are looking at streets that you remember. You remember having a nice burger at O'Dorothy's, a popular fast food chain where Shade would bring you to get joyful meals. Steel, sorry, not Shade. Shade was also sometimes when you dream, like Shade's face on Steel's body.
No, yeah, Bubs definitely does that.
For sure.
Oh, glorious father figure.
I would say, Bubbles, you know that you're getting kind of close to an area that is known as Glowgrave. And it's called this because Give me just
These
a
are
second.
fantastic names for this place. I'm about it.
There was a time where there was a nuclear meltdown in Prime Nuclear Substation Starboard Inner 9. Fallout spread, which caused this entire section known as Groglaive to be evacuated, with the exception of a few animals and other kind of vermin that stayed behind and were able to adapt to that environment. There is also apparently a group of what are known as divers that have taken up residence in there and have also been greatly changed in the process. When you lived here, nobody was really going into Glowgrave except for those divers. And, I mean, you would imagine that they're dead by now. There is also a train that used to run above it. And this train runs across the entirety of the section, such that if you were able to get it going, you could just traverse over the entire way. And you would end up somewhere near an area of like apartment buildings and things like that, although likely mostly ruin.
Oh, and so like there's like these people called like divers, and like they go into the buildings, and there's like this train, and it goes like all the way across.
And like Bubs like tells all this.
Echo, as you're walking, there is a moment where you just faintly hear and then like off like over buildings and like in the distance, but you almost swear you could hear Bubs.
Echo pings Shade.
Sure. You guys are getting pretty close, and you, as you check your status,
She's 50 feet away.
essentially, yeah.
She's right.
And you guys get to two
Echo.
parts, and like through one window, like dusty and dirty, and then through an open doorway, you see Echo's like glowing blue eyes. And yeah, you have found each other.
The ping reads,
Bubs is very loud.
His voice or his outfit?
Yeah, a little bit of both.
it's a ping directly to Shade.
I walk up to Echo.
Okay.
You
walk
okay?
up there.
You seem okay.
I am fine.
We were worried.
Were you?
Hey,
Thank you.
Echo like looks over at Spice, and the like glowing eyes just go out.
Good to see you too.
We will deal with this later.
So we're gonna keep going and finding those guys or something?
no, me and Spice have a date. We had plans. I thought we were just gonna come back.
You are still planning on going on a date.
Well, maybe.
You look around, Bubbles, and you are in this decrepit alleyway. A little bit of water drips, and even though your suit is glamour projected, it causes the gold to kind of flicker and fizz. You look over at Spice, who is like the only person dressed even vaguely similarly to you, and especially with Gibbs in their like vest, like kind of rubbing around in the trash. You feel pretty out of place, for what it's worth.
Bubs is gonna look at Spice.
Spice is happy as a clam. Other than the fact that Echo hates her guts. But she likes her outfit.
I do not think it is a wise decision to follow the people I sent to you. I believe the area ahead to be irradiated, causing great personal harm.
The individuals that you sent did that by choice, though. It wasn't caused by the radiation.
No, but the location I went to was indeed irradiated.
The boss that they mentioned. Could that be the Hulk of the Husk?
To make a choice on that would be speculation.
Bubs, do you know anything about this group?
Make a cultures check, Bubs, and take a +8 conditional modifier.
Ooh, +8.
Hey.
15 plus 7 is 22 plus 8 is 30.
Nice. 30. Very nice.
Oh yeah, I was a member once. Back in '63.
So, actually, what I would say is you, specifically from the soup kitchen, actually, there's an individual who doesn't necessarily work as a guard there, but does find themselves frequenting it pretty often, and they are a former Huskhead. and from them you probably learned a little bit. I would say you were introduced to them from Steele, who was kind of using them as an informant for a case. Give me just 1 second here. So this individual's name is Demp Winnocto. They are a Sharen who has really replaced a tremendous amount of their body with other kind of modifications. Their chitinous plates have been replaced with these kind of kinetically dampening ones. Their eyes have been replaced with some eyes actually very similar to Spice. And they were kind of the primary person that you would talk to about the Huskheads. Leadership changes frequently. And so you would imagine whoever was the leader when you had left is no longer so. I would say you know that these individuals traditionally are responsible for the vast majority of firearm sales that are illegal aboard Prime Station. There's also speculation that they are involved in human trafficking, or not human trafficking, but sentient trafficking, as there are many people who go missing. Though there are those who say that it is the cultists of Zon Kuthan who are abducting them from the streets. Hard to really say which is true, but you do know that these individuals are very well armed, and they are highly augmented, some of them with costume pieces.
So I have a contact, Dem Winnico, and he basically gave me the lowdown on all these places. He said these Huskheads, their leadership, they changes all the time, and they're always running guns or doing trafficking, and
how long since you've been in contact with him?
It's since I was here, so maybe like a year, maybe a couple years. I think it was a year actually. Not all my time with Steel kind of melded together a little bit.
Given what you've said, a year could be a lot of difference.
I could
within their structure.
Maybe contact Steel, see if I can get his number.
I do think that it is best we fall back for now. Don't pursue this.
The Hulk of the Husk, we got like a description of it from USSR, right?
We got a picture.
Oh, we got a picture?
Possibly.
It's like
a Bigfoot picture.
Yeah, it's like a silhouette of an individual that seems to be like a hulking humanoid, and some like weird kind of shapes that would indicate that they're wearing organic kind of gear. You've seen that. I think you had an option to maybe buy a living lash at one point.
Oh.
Similar kind of chitinous plating.
Okay.
Does that picture, the blurry picture, does that silhouette sort of match up with the footage of the hulking thing and the little scribbly guy?
Make a physical sciences check.
Is there a possibility that was...
You are comparing heights and weights. You make a physical sciences check.
That's all right. I'm okay with physical sciences because that's a dirty 20.
With a dirty 20, almost certainly, even that huge individual that kind of separated himself from the wall, too small. This person, in the kind of still that you got, they're kind of bending over. They're certainly taller than any of you. Certainly.
Okay.
So you want to fall back?
We should get back to the ship. It may not be safe to stay here depending on the outcome of the events at the Tony Express.
What else are we waiting for besides the results of the Tony Express? We lost our bounty. This is the bounty we have, right? The Hulk of the Husk.
This isn't a bounty.
Oh, it's just a favor to the USSR to look into it?
A potential way to seek favor depending on the outcome of the Tony Express.
But we might want to cash in some of that favor.
We may also need to cut and run.
I think we're jumping into it a little fast.
I could say the same about what you said to TJ.
You really want to bring that up right here, Shade?
No, I don't.
I thought we were supposed to be quiet in here, and she raises her voice a little bit. Why would you say that now?
Echo slams a hand over Shade Spice's mouth.
Boom! It's like a metal hand, and so it's like it's a forceful amount of clap.
I think she knocks back a little bit and shuts up.
We will discuss it back at the ship. I can only do so much as the captain. The rest is between you and Echo. Right now, we need to get to safety.
Oh, okay. Let's go, guys. Come on.
Can we, on the way home, just on the way home, could we walk by the radiation hole? I'm just a little curious. Did you see it on the way? Is it close?
It is not. It is deeper in.
Would you mind?
We need to stick together right now.
10 minutes?
If there's time later, we'll come back. This is not our priority.
It's more of a personal thing.
I understand. And I'm going to start walking away.
Okay. What are you doing, Gibbs?
Fading back.
Okay. Make a stealth check, Gibbs.
Oh, shit. Can I...
Left and right.
That, Bubs is going to just
The saddest violin for androids.
give the paper mache flower to Spice.
Now?
I'd just be like,
Perfect timing!
well, no, I imagine like this is keeping you distracted, not paying attention to Gibbs, and just being like, babe,
Yeah,
What was your check? So Gibbs goes, I am the darkness, and takes a step back, and you step on one of the cans that you just dropped, and just straight up and then back on your back. Like all the like little bits of garbage that you had picked up just goes everywhere. The cans go scattering.
My garbage!
You
Immediately
turn around.
activates the echolocate of ears.
Yeah, so immediately just
Who is coming?
and Echo, you hear footsteps.
We need to leave.
But because it's 7:30, we're gonna step away for a quick break,
Oh my god!
and then we'll come back.
Probably because now we're going to get into a big ass
Yeah. Okay.
What happens? But we're gonna be back in 10 minutes. We'll see you then. Welcome back. Thank you for sticking with us through the break if you did. If not, welcome to our original Starfinder campaign.
If you didn't, you're not here to hear that you didn't stick.
Yeah, that's true. So we're going to get right into our game. When we left off, we were on a street on the Hollow Husk, which you can now see before you on this combat cam. A lot of it really thanks to Dan for printing out. And thanks to Ari's old 3D printer for providing the prints.
No, Dan's 100%.
But Dan really doing some cool stuff. You can only see the middle of the street. You can't see the multiple buildings.
There's
you can't
stuff
see,
like
oh yeah, you
on
can kind
this
of
side.
see the sides.
But
Actually,
you
that
can check
looks
it
really
on
cool.
Instagram.
This is a
But
whole
you can
building.
definitely see it way better on Instagram. Yeah, no, it's very, very cool. It's a whole
Get
city
some
block.
pictures
So
of this.
we left off with all of you there. Spice had just yelled out in very loud manner that, she's not going to waste this outfit, and you guys are already dressed up. Echo, you clap your hand over her mouth, but already you can hear footsteps. What are you all doing?
We should leave.
Stealth mode
Can
activated.
I
Make a stealth check.
jump into a pile of garbage and
Make
hide?
a stealth check and take a +2 conditional modifier.
Thanks.
Echo's going to attempt what Gibbs was doing, which is just fall into the shadow.
Bubs is going to turn his camera to something more camouflagey.
Okay.
You're just a beacon. We're
so,
all hiding.
Yeah, Spice is just like, I'm not even gonna try it. I am a golden light in this dingy place. So she gets her guns ready, basically.
Okay,
Ready
okay.
as a
Can
weapon.
Bubs try to grab her and like pull her into like hiding?
Babe,
If
it's
you really
not even
want.
worth it.
I would
Yeah,
probably
I know.
also try to like push Spice into like some camouflaging trash bags or
So
something.
go ahead and
Okay.
make a stealth check. Take a -2 conditional modifier, but Spice will gain the advantage of that as well.
Am I also rolling a stealth check?
Nope, you're not trying to be
Yeah,
stealthy.
I'm
Bubs
not.
is making you stealthy. you got?
That is a 14. Not good.
Okay. You pull into the darkness. Where are you all hiding? It needs to be somewhere within
oh, is
like
that the plus? Oh, that's to her.
yeah.
Okay.
So what? Where do you all want to go? You need to be within about 20 feet of where you are.
Garbage.
Okay. Yeah.
Right here.
So Gibbs just scurries across the ground.
Yeah,
Leaps
I'm in
from
the
all
can.
fours into the garbage can.
Okay.
I'm in the
Put
garbage
you
can.
there, just so that
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm in the can.
In the can.
I'd probably kind of tuck into this corner too,
Echo's on the platform, crouched low by the box there.
like here.
Excellent.
There's a
Well-
box right there.
Is probably going to
Sorry, backing up.
bring
That was
her
ridiculous.
back here and like below the box.
Okay. So you all mostly duck into the elements of buildings or the crates around it. Gibbs, you dive into a trash can.
We're like in the box. Could we close the lid on our box if we wanted to?
Yeah. It's it'll be a negative to your perception, but it will definitely be a positive to your stealth.
Can it fit
Spice,
two people?
no. No, Spice is like, we're not.
can.
But not the box.
No.
Skill checks are all I have.
Can I try to see? Are there any like open electronics within range of my wireless hack?
Make an engineering check.
Can I just
Would
have
it
my
be engineering or
eyes
computers?
out of the like tilted,
Yeah.
like,
but
so I can look?
the way that physics works is if you can see something, it can also theoretically see you.
That's
so just
okay.
keep that in mind.
Engineering or computers?
Computer, sorry. Thank you.
That's gonna be 25.
Okay. With a 25, as you like duck into this alleyway, you scan out, and your exocortex roars to life, and you can feel elements of like dead old electronics. Most of the power in this place has been cut. You can feel that there is power running underneath the street. You can feel that there is power running up along the roof. There aren't a whole lot of electronic devices, really. However, all of a sudden, as you hear these footsteps suddenly for the first time and you see a figure walk out into the street, there is absolutely a computer on their head. What are you saying, Bubs?
I'm just gonna. I guess Spice is not gonna get into the little thing with me, but I'm not gonna close the door in case it locks, but I'm just gonna have it a little bit open.
Okay. So you kind of like pull this lid down, and you can feel the garbage all around you. You can't smell it, but like, this sucks.
Yeah.
Gibbs, you're also in garbage. This
Happy.
rocks. Total opposite experiences.
I have like one of those inner
This is the best
like
date ever.
monologues where I'm like, I'm just a tiny rat in a sea of trash and life is good.
You are like the Scrooge McDuck, but there's no gold, just garbage.
Yeah, it's great.
Echo, you are the only person that can see this individual as they round the corner. It is a humanoid of some kind. You can't quite tell, but looks maybe human, maybe Lashunta. And they walk with a weird kind of staggering gait. On their head, there is a large, bulbous, sort of plastic metal helmet of some kind. It doesn't appear to have any visor or way of seeing. It is an electronic device of some sort, and this individual looks pretty badly emaciated. They're wearing a graphic t-shirt of some kind and jeans that have fallen down almost to like where they're almost comically low. They've lost a lot of weight. And at the moment, they're walking through, and you can tell that they are trying to sneak. They're not especially good at it. They get about right up to that wheel, so about 20 feet closer. Great, right there. And they crouch down, and you can see them in the street as they look back and forth, and you just hear, "Call raid." And then you see this little light just blink on their helmet.
Uh-oh. We need to run.
You hear footsteps.
Call raid.
So
They're sending a raiding party.
Okay. All right. Here we go.
Bub is gonna just message the group.
Spice?
You see two more individuals suddenly pop out. One from behind the ruins of a motorcycle. Another one seems to come from the street behind, both wearing these helmets. One of them almost certainly seems to be a Lashunta. They're walking and they have the same kind of like electronic device over their head.
I think Spice is just gonna walk up.
You're gonna just walk
I'm
up.
just gonna walk up.
Are they...
Are they enemies?
So suddenly Spice steps out into the street, right into the middle of
like
this
this.
like
I'm
long
here.
stretch. Echo, you're like, I don't think they see us. Spice just steps out,
Yeah.
gold, chains, just like everything.
Yeah, so I'm gonna start clacking my heels towards them and go, "What are you wearing on your head there?"
Clack, clack, clack. And you hear this individual just go, raid begin. And I need everybody to roll initiative as
I really thought they weren't gonna be.
They said call raid!
I don't know.
Oh, man. Fight.
This
As if it wasn't gonna be fight time.
No, it's good.
you guys, I just want to make this very clear. You rolled high enough in all of your stealth
20.
to just have them walk straight by you.
Just didn't have to move.
You had to just do nothing.
Didn't move.
Just do nothing.
Natural 20.
Natural 20? Oh, here, let me write these down. Okay, so anybody, we have Bubs up at the top with a natural 20. Anybody else with a natural 20?
no.
Okay. 25 to 20.
21.
Okay. 20 to 15.
16.
18 for Shade. 16 for Spice. Gibbs, where are you hanging out?
A women.
Oh, Gibbs.
Not too bad.
A women.
10
One
plus.
second.
Yeah, it's a 10 plus 1. I'm not very fast. I'm feeling sad. I'm a sad girl today.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. I got a 27.
So,
Nice.
not to be confused.
Okay. So, the way that this works out with the natural 20, Bubs is still leading us off, followed by Echo, followed by Shade, followed by entities that you are not yet aware of, followed by
Hammerheads.
Spice, followed by Gibbs, and then followed by these divers. So,
Wait, entities we're not yet aware of?
Bubs,
Oh.
in this moment, you watch as Spice breaks away from you and just strides out into the street, turns her head and just goes, "What are you wearing?" Clack, 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 out of your sight range. What are you doing?
Well, Spice is obviously playing fashion police right now. So Bubs is going to play.
Put your hands up.
Trash.
That wig is bad.
This I like.
Bubs is going to play real police. And to psych himself up, he's going to just play a tape recording of George Takei's inspirational book on tape.
Not a sponsor.
Not a sponsor. And he's just
The
going
guy, not a sponsor.
he's going to look 1, 2, 3 for 15. Can I try to grab Spice, or is she going to contest me?
So, first of all, when you walk out into the street, you look past Spice, and Bubs, you know what these are. Divers are individuals who at one point joined this online game that has since gone defunct. and just lost themselves in the virtual reality of this
Oh
place.
shit! It's Sword Art
At this moment,
Oh.
they still have the machinery connected. You know that the machinery is not always still working. They are to get to this point, and you can see they are emaciated and they have these helmets on. They need to have been really like broken in this state for a long time, and they never travel alone. You know, raiding parties typically sit around 25. So what are you doing, Bubs?
I'm going to basically try to grab Spice. Does she contest?
No.
Okay. I'm going to grab her, and then I'm going to jetpack. I have an action left. What is the move action that I can... What is the action that I can use for running? Is it withdraw, or is that both? I forget.
So you want to run?
I believe that takes both my full action.
The full action is the
full
dash. Yeah.
action. Yeah.
What is the action attack that we can move? I forget. I had them all written down.
You would need to have it up. I don't have it for you.
What does it say in Japanese? It's no useful.
I am just going to just move 15, just make it easy.
Okay, no problem.
Isekai.
And
It's egg adorable.
I'll go 1, 2, 15 as well.
Okay. So you dart out, you look, and you can see Spice is talking to divers. You grab Spice, you yank them back into this alleyway. No problem. That is your turn, Bubs.
Yeah.
Echo. You see 3 of these individuals, and you swear you can hear footsteps coming from that apartment. What would you like to do?
All right.
This apartment.
No.
This apartment.
Yeah.
Echo cocks their hail pistol.
Okay.
And shit. Is going to attempt to mechanics question.
Yes.
Computers check. So I can use computers check for trick attack. Can I use it from at range?
What is the range on your trick attack?
Like the trick attack just depends on the weapon.
Oh, then, I mean, I see what you're saying because you're up a high.
I'm just not next to the individual that I want to cause.
because
I want
I have
to hack.
wireless hack, which is
Gotcha. You're
range
30 feet away.
versus yeah.
So am I not able to?
Likely no. Yeah.
I thought.
Yeah.
Are there any signs near Echo, like neon or whatever?
They're not really, no.
All right. Echo's just going to grab like some debris that's nearby, toss it in one direction as the bluff check.
Okay, make your bluff check.
That's a 14. That's not going to do anything.
That, it's what, 15 plus?
It's 20.
Oh, yeah, no, absolutely.
And then is just going to shoot the nearest one.
There you go, make your attack.
Hey, Talon, there you go. That's going to be a 14.
Oh, okay. So with a 14, you pull your pistol and you fire, and it goes wide. This individual just ducks, and you hear "dodge" as they yell it out loud. What are you doing?
That's Echo's turn.
There you go. So you fire. You hear as they announce their dodge out loud. That brings us to Shade.
So I can see everything around here.
Mm-hmm.
I see this. Does this look like a functioning
No.
vehicle?
You can see that it is the equivalent of up on blocks to a hover car. There is you can see empty space in the back
What
of the
about
engine
the
compartment.
one outside of the bakery there?
That one looks slightly more functional, but still not in good shape. It is a wheeled vehicle that only has 2 wheels.
Cool. Okay. Then in that case, I think I'm going to Echo just attacked this one. Yeah.
It's hard to tell because the shot was pretty off,
Okay.
but in that direction towards those 3, yes.
I'm going to Exocortex distracting hack this
Where are
guy.
you located right now?
I'm over here, so I'm gonna hearing the gunfire come out and make my way up to the corner
Gotcha. So you're
of
peeking
this.
around the corner.
Yeah.
Go ahead and make your computers check. And this is for your exocortex action?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's the feint as a yeah. So it's against their something.
I think it's against their sense motive.
Yes.
Okay. Not great. That is going to be a grand total of 8.
Cool. I got a 27.
Yeah. So absolutely, all of a sudden, you see all of the lights on their helmet just light up. And for a brief moment, you see red, blue, green, all the little status lights, like the Bluetooth is connected, the Wi-Fi is connected,
Airplane mode.
the charge battery lights on, everything lights up. And it seems to have taken some level of effect.
Cool. And then I'm gonna full action attack. Oh no, because I moved. So I'm gonna action attack, move action. I'm going to put on my combat tracking now
Okay, cool.
onto that dude.
Kara, do you have combat tracking over there?
Oh, that's cocked. The attack is gonna be a 21 to hit.
21 does hit. This was the Infinity Rifle.
Yes. Or sorry, yeah.
Yeah, make your attack or make your damage roll.
No,
It hits.
who's he tracking?
Who are you tracking? This guy?
Yeah. Oh wait. So it's D4.
You need D4s.
No, I got it now. That's gonna be 12 points of damage.
Okay. It's like, what kind of damage is that?
Fire energy damage.
Okay. So you fire and you watch as they're hit, and you just hear them yell out over this little battlefield as a
I
couple
guess it's
shots go
actually
around them.
Force.
Force.
F for
Okay.
force.
Which
Which I think makes it KAC.
I'll double check. Either way, it hits.
Nice.
So that hits. It's force or fire. Check in a second which they are. I think it is force.
Yeah.
But
'cause
what
it's,
is the amount of damage total? Sorry. 12?
14, I think. Did I say?
Okay.
No, 12.
12. So you fire, and as you do, you can see the echo shot goes wide. Yours hits them right in the shoulder. They duck down, and they have very quick reflexes. You could hear them just yell, "Taking fire!" And you hear this wave of little beeps from off in the apartment. Anything else, Shade?
This apartment?
Yes, that apartment.
Nope, that's it for me.
Cool. All right. That brings us to the entities that you're not seeing. Okay, yeah. So, 5 of them come pouring out of this apartment. We have 15, 20, 25, 30. Here.
No, I almost dragged.
Oh, you
literally
almost
dragged.
dragged
Yeah,
it?
literally dragged you in.
Hi.
And then from the bakery, 1, 2, and they're taking their full action to move.
Yep.
But from the bakery, you get a nice little wave of divers running out. Humans, Lashunta, Shiren, you're seeing all different kinds of species, even a few that you haven't seen before, Bubbles.
I love these guys.
They're just zombies with tinfoil on their heads.
Oh my god! I was gonna say, it looks
That's cute. I like
like
that.
them and then the print just failed in their head.
No. I just pinched tinfoil over each head. So divers come pouring out, and you can hear them yelling out these verbal raids. You can hear "Focus White," and like they're yelling like they are raiding in a video game. Some of their helmets you can see dark and dead, not even working, and they are still trapped in this fantasy. You could see across the board they're wielding sharpened bits of metal and clubs. You can see a few people do have actual weapons, but by and large they are all using these makeshift things that many have been shaped to look vaguely like a katana. It seems to be the same item that they are trying to replicate from the game. You can see the same patterning scratched across each one, but they charge, flying out of the apartment, out of the bakery, and that is all of the ones that were not on the board. Spice, what would you like to do? Gibbs, you're on deck, and then the 3 that are left will go.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Is this a widely known game?
I would say probably not. There was a lot of effort put into making this a quiet event.
No, I'm saying the video game that they're trapped
Correct,
in.
yes.
Oh.
So they when this ended up happening,
They didn't advertise the game.
the rest of the
Oh, I
money
see.
from this
Okay.
company went into being like, this never happened.
Alright, well, I'm gonna do it anyway. I wanna make a cultures check to see if there is like a damsel in distress or like a princess or like what the game, like if the game
Sure.
has like something like a princess in it.
Okay.
Great. 7.
Okay.
Wait, no, 7 plus 12.
With a 7, you said 12 total?
No. 12.
19?
Yeah, 19.
A 19?
Yeah.
With a 19 total, I mean, there may be a damsel in distress. You've never played this game. And so it's there's not something that immediately comes to mind. You can hear them yelling out all of this like video game slang. You hear people yelling, "Focus white." You hear somebody yelling that they're taking fire. All this kind of stuff is happening. And so, I mean, you have a rough idea that this is a video game, but not a whole lot about the details. So that's your action.
Yep. And I'm going to move.
Okay.
And they can see me. Where am I going to move? I'm going to go into the office.
Okay,
Spell
pull off the roof.
Ta-da.
Nice.
I can't, Olive can't see, but.
There's like a... So running into that office, it seems to be some kind of a manufacturing plant of some kind. At least it was before there was a large like ruin that happened here. You see elements of like rolling conveyor belts and machinery presses. There's also tons of just garbage, refuse boxes, things like that.
Okay.
But you burst in through the doors. Anything else?
That's everything I can do.
All right, Spice, you get off the street. Gibbs, what would you like to do? You look out from your garbage can, and there is a lot of
bursts
people.
from the garbage can, starting her magic running,
Okay,
and is going to just take a step forward, kind of out of the garbage can.
just like the animation.
Just like the animation, did it for a reason. It's all thematic. And is going to cast a spell and be like, this area is too overpowered for you, and cast fear at the 3rd level,
Okay,
which lets me cast it in a cone, so it'll impact that whole people.
absolutely. It's what, 15-foot cone?
30.
30.
Yeah. And so
Man,
it does all of those, guys.
The
They need to do a DC 19 will saving throw.
The only thing I'm gonna check you might even get the guy, if you angle it just right, you might even be able to get.
a bunch of them.
I don't think you can get those guys.
Yeah,
unfortunately,
that's
but It was
okay.
close. It was very close.
I mean, I'll
You
get,
did
what,
it
6
quick.
of them or
Yeah,
whatever?
yeah,
So,
you're getting a
like,
solid 6. That's
cool.
pretty good.
And it's a DC 19 will save.
Hey.
Yeah. Level 3 spells are fucking awesome for
DC
me.
19 will save for 6 people. Let me pull up all of my. Luckily, I had a lot of D20s ready for paranoia.
What is the fear that you're trying to do? Like, what is it?
That they think they're stronger in numbers, and so the inner fear that I get is that
Is it will?
yeah. Is that the people that are standing to the left and the right of them are not nearly as trustworthy as they were 2 steps ago.
22?
22 passes. It's 19.
21. Okay, so 22 passes, 21 passes. 4 of them fail.
Okay.
And nobody rolls a natural one.
Do you have it?
Well, hold on, because they will. Oh, okay. So even the ones that succeed are shaken.
Okay.
And the ones that fail become panicked. And the text of panic basically says that they can't take actions and they have to flee, but they can expend. They have to flee in a straight line, avoiding hazards
Okay.
from the source of their fear, which is me.
So the 2 in the back, I'm going to say, are the ones that are shaken. They're the farthest from Gibbs, so they're impacted the least.
This one?
The 2 that are.
this group.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I got you.
So those ones are shaking.
Yeah, you got it. And then the other ones are all.
And so they all have to run, expending any special abilities in order to get away from me.
Oh, fantastic.
And if they become cornered, they start to cower.
So, Gibbs, you burst from the trash can, this green energy flowing around your hands, and as you clap them together, you yell that this area is too high level for them, and you explode this magic, which manifests as just garbage juice pouring out of your sleeves, out of the bottle. Elements of it actually just kind of you burp and it comes from your mouth, and it just streaks into their faces. It gets into the helmets, it kind of gunks up the devices. And you can see all of them instantly awash in this goo, seem to be a little uncertain. You see one by one, all of these helmets in the front just go red, and they just begin to panic. And you could hear people say, "We're not even supposed to be in here!" And like people are beginning to like duck and run. Somebody drops their baseball bat.
They all drop their items, and they have to flee at top speed.
And so we will get back to that on their turn.
Is that shaken?
No, panic.
Panic. Oh,
It's its own thing. And
Anything else, Gibbs?
that was movement, action. No, I'm just gonna stand there intimidatingly and start to make eye contact with the head helmets beyond this clusterfuck.
So Bubs, as they charge forward, they burst through and they're about to run in. And as Spice backs down the alleyway, you see Gibbs just explode from the other side and just shout, this is too high level of an area for you. And that works. They all stop dead. One of them trips and goes like sprawling on their face before leaping back to their feet. And they begin to turn to run. But that is your turn,
This is the
Gibbs.
first time Bubs has ever seen Gibbs like trash talk. Which Bubs is a big trash talker, so.
Trash being the operative word. So that brings us to the final three.
Yeah.
And then where's the last guy? Lovely. I get one attack in the first round against Shady. So this diver wheels around the corner, like forcing their way past some of the other divers that are turning to run. They are going to run on, and they have no weapons whatsoever. Shade, they just begin pummeling you with fists. And as they unleash their diver's onslaught, that is 4 attacks.
Oh, jeez.
What?
KAC, right?
So
So it's magical.
that is going to be
Surprise!
27 to hit. KAC,
Oh shit, that hits, yeah.
26 to hit.
Meets a pizza.
Okay, and then everything else is lower than that. So 2 of them hit, and Shade,
Blah, blah, blah. Ooh, ow.
you take 5
Ow.
and 2 bludgeoning damage as they just pelt you a couple of times.
Well-
And as they do, you could hear them just yell, "Charge is building!" And you see one of those little lights just forward on their helmet. But that is all of these divers, which brings us to the top of the round. Bubbles, what would you like to do as you see them begin to turn and run?
Bubs is gonna turn off his George Takai.
His audiobook.
Yeah, and just see Gibbs like just trash talking Bubs. He's gonna get in the trash talking mood too. He's like,
Yeah, you're nothing compared to us.
From the headphones, you hear, "Oh my."
I'm gonna move 5, 10, standard attack this guy.
Okay, make your attack roll.
You can't roll it on that side.
Okay.
It's literally.
I didn't mean to do it. That's where the dice live. 13 plus plus 13 is 26.
Okay. 26 absolutely hits. As this one begins to just like slam their fists into Shade's chest, not doing a tremendous amount of damage, but you realize with all of these guys pouring on, they can all do a pretty good number of attacks. You rush forward, swinging the hammer up in a single blow.
8 plus 17 now. It went up 2.
8 plus 17.
Yeah, it went up 2 damage.
So how much is that total?
25.
25. You slam this in, and instantly you shatter the helmet off of their head. Sparks erupt. There is like this little bit of like electric signal that leaps from helmet to helmet, and every single one of them that is not in the process of turning and running just swivels to look at you. And you've definitely attracted the attention of the raiding party.
And Bob's just like muscle man, like
Their head comes down. You can see the eyes. You've seen this in Shade's eyes before, but you've never seen this on an organic creature. There's data that is flying by their eyes, and you can see their gums bleeding. Their mouth has like peeled back away as the teeth have kind of become loose in the socket from emaciation. And they look down, and even though the helmet is destroyed, they are still in this game.
Bub just flexes like hard.
Their face is like demolished also.
Yeah.
They're in bad shape. But anything else, Bubs?
That's it.
Alrighty, Echo, what would you like to do? You turn and look to your left as Bubs just erases one of their faces.
Pause.
My controller's on blood.
Echo?
Echo's thinking.
Okay.
Echo hunkers down a little bit. And they fire a shot towards the office door,
Okay. With the intention of...
drawing attention to the office door.
Okay. You fire at the office door, and Spice, from where you are on the inside, you just see this like shot and around all these like machinery parts, and it makes a tremendous amount of racket. Can you make a bluff check, please?
Do you have your little disc thing? No, the like
Hephaestus
measuring
said
disc.
something was wrong.
What was that check?
Hephaestus said something went wrong.
Hephaestus. Hephaestus is a great tool, by the way.
Not a sponsor.
Not a sponsor, but they specifically built a tool for me to
Yeah.
use in Hephaestus.
Thanks.
So yeah.
They did?
Yeah, they made it so that I can just download the stat
They
block
should.
as an image.
We should talk to them about be a sponsor.
What was that?
14.
14. So with a 14, you fire. Give me 1 second here. And it doesn't seem to be able to draw a lot of attention away from Bubbles, who seems to be the real focus right now, unfortunately. Anything else? Echo.
Echo is just going to use like their move action to hide and take cover.
Okay, no
and
problem.
Turn their phone on silent.
Shade, what do you want to do?
All the eyes go.
Did I see which floor?
The first floor.
The first
They
floor.
didn't come like leaping
Oh,
off
so they
the
already
balcony.
came. So it wasn't that there was anything up above on the other floors.
You have no idea. I mean, looking in from there, you can definitely see that there's like furniture and stuff. Hard to tell what's there from this
Their
distance.
LAN server's there. You just need to knock it offline.
So I think I can get up to here with my jump jet.
This is the guy that's duct taped to the ceiling.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh,
So
sorry.
you jump jets up and land, and it just collapses.
I keep lifting that one to count the baddies. Sorry.
I have one support that is only 2 ways and not 4, and so it falls a lot. It's not your fault. So, no problem.
Alright, so
you
jump up
jump
there.
jets up.
And then I'm going to use my exocortex to amplify glitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them. Which means that it's a toughie. The DC is 15 plus 7, so 22 plus 1.5 the highest CR enemy
Okay.
that's targeted.
Okay.
And it's a computer's check, and I'm gonna make that, and if it succeeds, they're all shaken. Natural 20.
Love it.
Let's go. All right, so actually that makes it a 37, which means that it's for every round plus another round for every 5 by which it beat
You
the
exceed
DC.
the DC, yeah.
And you exceed the DC, so that's 3 additional rounds.
Cool. So they are all shaken for 4 rounds.
Phenomenal. Okay. And actually, this
the
is
ones
what I
that
could
didn't
use.
have effects. All 7. All of them back here, and then these 2 guys.
So yeah, you reach out with the exocortex, which spins to life and almost burns within your eye socket, and you make all of these various electronic components just go off. Even the ones that are dead, you just squeeze the last little bit of juice out of to make them peep or come to life. You could hear one person just go, "The game?" And like they just seem like they suddenly are seeing this light for the first time for a second. And many of them just stop, pause, look around, trying to figure out what's going on. Anything else, Shade? Look at all those rings.
I'm gonna use my regular action to shoot the one that has already taken damage from myself.
The one that you're
I
tracking?
think. Yeah.
Okay, make your attack roll.
Although,
That's
actually, my tracking goes down because I used the amplified
Gotcha.
damage instead.
Okay. No worries. Make your attack roll. It's actually the one that you're shooting at is the one that's by the bench. Or sorry, not the one that's by the bench. The one that's the one that's closer to Bubs in the yellow kind of toga.
The only one without a ring.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, okay, that's the one, yeah.
He's very close to that.
That's going to be 22 to hit.
22 absolutely hits.
It's going to be...
And most of them are wearing like graphic t-shirts and shorts. Like they're not armored by any. And in fact, none of them are wearing armor.
Yeah. That's going to be 14 points of force damage.
So Shade, you lower this infinity rifle, you depress the trigger, and as this face
forgot to
snaps
set
back
it to
down
stun.
and the helmet lands behind him, you fire and it pierces straight through the neck. It tears the jugular a little bit and it just kind of spurts and bleeds, and you just hear them go, "I need a med kit," before they just fall to the ground and die.
And then free action, I'm going to comms to everyone. We need to retreat.
Okay, no problem. Everybody gets that little comm. That is your turn, Shade. That brings us to the most of these guys. Okay, so the ones who are terrified
Yeah.
is going to be all of these guys
four.
except for so there's 4,
Yeah.
The frightened and the magical effects.
I think
and they have to take their full movement.
They have to. Yeah, they can't
Yeah,
take any actions. They have to take their full movement, and if they have anything special that helps them get out of the situation, they have to burn it.
that's
Okay, so he's going to run there, and we're going to resolve that first.
Oh.
So
Random guy running over into a spot and having
you
something
know what?
resolved.
No, this is the raid, right? Okay, so he's gonna rush over, and you can see as all of them turn, and they're just going, "It's an extra boss!" And people are turning around, and you hear one person yell, "I didn't read the guide for this!" And like they're just beginning to run and turn. The one that leads the way and is really like going with them, you could hear him. He like stops, and he gets to this alleyway that is just covered in garbage. There's no real clear way through, and you could see for a moment he pauses before, over the din, you could just hear him say, "Get them for me!" And he just squeezes down on the helmet, and you watch as all the lights go off, and he uses self-destruct. What? And he is going to.
He just pulled a fucking electrode on us.
So this toilet is just blown open and over, and water begins to gush out. This is gone. This garbage is just burning on fire. That gets knocked over.
It's a literal dumpster
This
fire.
window breaks in, so you guys are able to kind of see
so cool.
that there is like an old refrigerator and deli counter in there. But
It's
yeah,
still good.
it is just fire and chaos over there, and things just ring out. But that is that first one. He clears the way so that the other people in his raid.
I should print fire minis. Did they
That's
make
awesome.
that? That's a good idea.
So he's dead.
I love it.
That's what I was thinking. Transparent.
He's gonna get 2. Oops. There. This is also frightened.
Yeah, magical effect is frightened.
Yeah.
Magical effect is frightened. We ran out. I gotta print more from the character thing that Carrie gave me.
Okay. And then this gentleman is just shaken, correct?
Yes. So the two of them are shaken.
These guys are all shaken.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
But mine's only shaken for 1 round, so they'll after this.
these are all shaken for like 4 rounds.
Okay. So, with that in mind, give me just 1 second here. As that one blows up and just garbage goes everywhere, the rest of them don't seem to be doing quite so good. Give me just 1 second. I want to make sure I don't do anything wrong with shaken.
It's just a
You take a
negative.
-2
Yeah,
penalty.
it's
Easy.
minuses. Yeah,
They can still do normal shit.
they can still do stuff. It's minuses and stuff. They're the vanguard. They have to support the retreat. They will die on our shields.
Right, actually, they're going to go up to try to get the Bubs, and that finds them, Echo. They have a helmet on, it didn't fall off.
Gotcha.
And the earthquakes from these guys. They're so skinny, but you wouldn't think that they'd cause.
Yeah.
So they're dashing. So these individuals are not going to get attacks. They will end up in good position for next turn, assuming they don't get murdered. Just take this guy back here because he is going to make an athletics check and try to scale to get to Shade. Shade, you watch as one of them runs up and they try to do like the running, like parkour run up the side. They take one step and you hear this horrible shriek of rubber going down metal and then a slam as they slam their helmet into the side of this metal pole. And you could put them prone at the bottom of that. That was less than successful. Bubbles.
Yeah.
Actually, Echo, we're going to start with you.
Yeah.
So they are shaken. I don't believe that reduces the number of attacks that they can get. But they're taking a real healthy negative. Echo, you're taking 8 attacks
Oh my god.
Wow.
between the two of them. All right, Echo. Does
They gotta beat a 22.
Okay. So there's a 27,
Penalty to attack rolls.
26, 24. You said 22? Mm-hmm. You take 3 hits
Okay.
in total, as many of them like try to slam into where you are.
They're
With this crate in the way, you're able to like move to one side. One person tries to grab you, leap on top. Another person tries to grab you. You push the box over so that the 2 people collide in front of you. You're just kind of dodging in the same space, but 3 of them do get through. And Echo, you are going to be taking 8 points of bludgeoning damage, plus 4 points of bludgeoning damage, plus 8 points of bludgeoning damage. And it's almost like the more of them that are in that proximity, the stronger that they become. It's like they're getting some kind of a buff from their raid boss.
Probably have a paladin.
But yeah, it's a prop paladin. So that is the ones that can make an attack on Echo. Bubbles, you are taking attacks from 2 of them.
Okay. If they can beat a 29 and 30, let's see. I don't know if they can.
No one can.
And so from those 2, you are also taking 8 attacks. And we're really looking for natural 20s here.
But we're just flexing through all this.
Oh my god.
That statue of David over there.
Actually,
Closed.
He makes himself
The
into these
highest
cars.
thing that I got is a 26. And I got 2 of them, but no dice. So slam. They are scratching at you. They are scratching at you. At the very end of this, no. They wouldn't be able to. They wouldn't be able to put that together. So you can see many of them running off and towards the alley. There are several more that are swarming into Echo and Bubbles. But for the time being, you are okay. That does bring us to Spice.
What is in this room?
So in this room right now, and actually you can pull away the other 2 roofs on that building because this is one building.
Well, when the DM says you gotta do it.
So you can see this seems to be the ruins of a manufacturing plant, and as your eyes adjust to the gloom, it seems like it was producing some kind of huge mechanized skeleton or robot. The leg is taller than your body. The only real component that's still left over there. You can see engineering tools. You can see all kinds of stuff. Yes, it certainly looks like the foot of a Gundam. Not a sponsor.
So can I pilot this?
Leg.
So again, it is literally a leg.
Yeah, like
leg?
fucking
Is that
Voltron, baby.
Oh, I thought it was the whole thing.
I'll form the leg.
Darn
You just keep saying that.
Yeah, it's like, guys, wait, come in here. I need your help. Stop doing whatever you're doing.
Classic Spice.
We need the
So what are you doing?
Spice is gonna be like,
Egyptian god cards. Or whatever.
there's no more coming from this end, right?
Not that you can see, no.
Spice is going to sneak back out around this corner and realize that there are a bunch of weak links. And I'm going to, I guess, I don't want to hurt my friends here.
Oh, really?
Too late for that.
With my guns.
I don't want to physically hurt my friends.
Alright. Well, you didn't say that out loud, because there are other things I can do.
No, my character, that was
No.
Bubs would never.
I'm going to shoot with this
Spice is still
new
perfect.
Red Star plasma pistol that we have.
Okay, yeah.
I'm going to line it up at one of the guys attacking Echo and fire it.
Okay, so you level this pistol, and it's the first time that you've really used this. These are the brand new pistols that People's able to give you, and you can see it has this kind of interior canister that the plasma is stored in. For just a moment, all the seams on it just glow this brilliant, brilliant red before it just discharges out the front in this glob of superheated plasma.
I know. That's kind of. I didn't. Just really.
Plasma weapons can do fun things too.
That is a dirty 20 to hit.
A dirty 20 absolutely hits, yeah. You
Okay.
can see this diver that leaps and is like leaping up towards Echo, and he was saying, "Your gear is mine!" is like about to strike them down, and you pull the pistol out and level it and fire right at their chest.
Okay.
I think we actually allowed only personal loot getting, so it's not like a group loot.
They have need versus greed, actually.
Yeah, that's cool.
Well, it's 1d8 damage, so 3 damage.
Okay. Hey, you know what? I think we say every little bit counts around this
A little
table.
bit counts.
And so you lower this, and the
This one, though.
burning ball of plasma just skips across their shoulder, just singeing the skin. Anything else, Spice?
Nope.
Alrighty, that is your turn. That brings us to Gibbs.
Can I tell without an action, because they're yelling their commands, who is the commanding bossy guy?
No, but as an action, you could certainly make a sense motive check.
Gibbs thinks real hard because that made her feel really good and powerful. And will carve with, because we gotta start doing damage and I don't want to keep debuffing. So Gibbs is gonna cast Wall of Steam or Flames or whatever the fuck she's got.
Wall steam.
Wall of Steam. And it's, I can do it a 30 foot or 20 foot radius.
Oh, we got a wheel.
Can I can put people, I can weave it.
Yeah,
It doesn't
you
have
can. Yeah, it's Wall of Steam is awesome. You
Alright.
can shape it however
So
you
then
want.
I'm gonna just do like a.
The fact that that didn't tip over is
I know.
pretty cool.
Weeble wobble.
Yeah.
So 5, 10, 15, 20,
Yeah.
25, 30, 35. How long can it be?
It can be a 20-foot radius.
Okay, so 20 feet long.
40 feet. 'cause
40
if it's
feet.
a
Right,
radius.
so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. You can get these 5
Yeah, that's
guys.
the best play.
Okay. Cool. So they do that.
Outside.
Wall of
is
Fog,
the
Starfinder.
20-foot radius.
Now, is it anybody in the space or anybody facing the
So-
wall, the hot side?
I kind of want to do it because I can like use it to just sort of loop through and loop back so it makes a circle.
Okay.
And then that once the circle's complete, I can make the inside of the circle.
So if you're gonna loop and connect it, you're gonna exclude one of those guys in the back, the guy in the yellow circle, because if you want it to connect to itself.
This guy?
No, that.
No.
Oh, the
Yeah.
guy. Yeah.
So I'm only at
Cluster.
4 people.
Yeah.
Or Bubs could do.
Or you could put Bubs in it.
Yeah, I'll put Bubs in it.
Okay, cool.
Now
Now there's 5
so
people.
Oh, I should just do like a
They-
sauna.
take some damage.
Yeah,
when
I
I-
believe they get a save.
No,
No?
they don't. It's concentration.
Oh, really?
So if they're within 5 feet of the burning side, which all of them are, so Bubs included, they'll take 2d4 fire damage.
Nice.
So they'll take a whole 4 damage.
Okay.
And then
Every little bit counts.
I have -5 for elemental damage.
Nice.
cool.
Yeah, I have -5 for
And then when they go to pass through it, they'll take some additional damage.
Nice.
Okay. Fantastic. So Gibbs, you take a handful of your goo and it the streak of steam that goes out and then almost immediately begins to just Pac-Man around corners and just turn at right angles to make this like very, very dense cube of steam that begins to hiss and scald elements of them. They run through it and it doesn't seem to affect them a terrible amount, but they're getting hurt. Anything else, Gibbs?
No, I'm good.
Okay. And so you
Oh,
hold
actually,
that
no, I'll
wall of
move.
steam.
I'll move. Can I skitter up here? Do I have to make a check?
That would be a check, yeah.
I'll try.
Well, you don't have the
Oh.
ability to, yeah, because that's an action to make a check.
Well, then I'll just go over here.
No worries. So you on all fours scamper around the corner and you look, and just in time you can see like these other 3 running away from you down the alley. But
They run faster because
that
I'm
is your
closer.
turn, Gibbs. That brings us to the top of the order. Bubs, what would you like to do? Echo, you're on deck. This wall of steam is certainly superheated and around you.
Bubs will just.
There you go.
Bubs is going to. We said I can full attack if I kill one of them, and then the other one. Let's see if I kill one of them.
Sure.
And the way Bubs is going to attack, he's going to attack this one, I guess.
Okay.
He's going to go down low, like he's trying to shovel them with the dog.
Okay. This is the one that was hit before?
Yes. 7.
You said it's like plus 22?
Plus 9 because I'm a full attack. So that is a 16.
A 16 against?
Oh, it's a piercing dog. Oh.
That's a miss.
Ooh, okay. Second attack. That is the most common.
You're rolling in the same place that Matt
No, that was in this spot.
No, that's the spot with the rubber band
You're
ball and
pointing
the
to a
spider and the
4-square-inch
rock
space.
and the
11 plus 9.
leaves.
So that is
20,
a 20.
30, yeah.
20 hits.
Oh yeah, those are my.
A
those are
20
my,
hits?
Those are my good luck charms.
So you keep them outside of the rolling space.
No, they're for emotional support. 8 plus 17 is 25 again.
25. Excuse me. This individual, as you slam your Dovko into them, you miss with the first one, and so already over your head, you just slam it down. It breaks the helmet and splinters it in such a way that it, like, peels open, and you can see their eye like open and just kind of like very, very distant look. Part of their skull cracks, and instantly you see this seam of bruise form and begin to bulge out, but they are still alive.
Bobby's just gonna scream.
Come on, I'll take you all on!
And that almost kills him. He has 1 hit point left. That is your turn, Bubs.
Yep.
Excuse me, I got something stuck in my throat all of a sudden.
Do you want some water?
Oh, I'm good.
Fisherman's friend.
Echo, what would you like to do? Shade, you're on deck.
Echo grabs their Mirage Dagger and turns around to the one between the wall and the crate,
Okay.
and is going to triple attack.
Okay, make your attack rolls. Very nice.
So that's a 17
Against.
KAC.
Miss.
Oh, sorry, EAC because it's F fire damage.
Meets it, beats it.
One miss and then 1 critical miss.
Ooh, okay.
One critical miss?
So go ahead and resolve that hit first.
Echo shoots
Themselves.
Echo self-destructs.
Oh.
Okay.
3.
For a total of 3? Okay.
It's 1d4.
Well, Echo, you take out this knife, you reverse the grip, you're ready to just carve this guy up, and you go like once, and you slash across, and you can hear them just go, ow, that really hurt. And you go again, and they're already like kind of like 5 feet away, having like stepped back. So you fumble forward and miss. You try to reverse the grip again and almost fall off this, and so you have to kind of pinwheel over, and you watch as the knife just into the street. And just scatters. Can you roll a d6
easy
for me?
come, easy go.
And don't roll a 1.
Oh.
Ow! Sorry, it was a d6. There we go. 4.
4.
One of my d4 stabbed me.
It hits the ground in a weird angle and then just slides under the shutter door into the factory.
By my feet, perhaps?
Has
I don't
Echo
see you, so
dislodged them
probably-
enough
I'm by the
that
office.
Echo can get
Into
by
that
the
factory?
person?
No,
Or that-
to that factory. Say that again, sorry.
Has Echo dislodged them enough that Echo can get by them?
No.
That was a full attack.
Ooh, rough. All right. Echo, you stand
Good
there,
damage.
no knife in your hand. This other guy, like, looks up, and you can see they are ready to hit you. They pull their fist back, but that is your turn, Echo. That brings us to Shade.
Okay, I'm gonna move action, adaptive fighting, put on my versatile focus. Or sorry, my double tap. No, my versatile focus. Because I'm using the rifle. And get whatever weapon focus on long arms.
Okay.
And then exocortex, I'm gonna redo tracking on. I guess I'll put this guy out of his misery. 'Cause
So you
he's
look
probably-
down, you can see on his back, this guy like, trying to like climb back up to his feet.
And then I'm gonna shoot.
Yeah, make your attack rolls.
Oh, sorry, buddy. That's 22.
22 hits.
That's sorry, buddy. 16 points of
16?
force damage.
The guy is not looking good. He's still up, but as you fire down, I mean, he's on his back. He can't really move. You shoot him right in the stomach, and that like the flesh is already like thin and pulling against the bone. You can see instantly it's just little guts like begin to emerge from that wound. But he still is like trying to get back to his feet.
Internally, Shade is pondering the moral value of killing these guys. Like, is it putting them out of their misery, or is it like...
Free action. That brings us to their turn.
Do they have a continue stage?
These ones are still
they, like,
terrified or whatever they are.
glad
A minute.
to be,
Minute?
Oh,
shaken for 3 more rounds?
These guys off the board.
Yeah.
Nice.
They just retreat and run. They like are fading off and into the distance, and you can hear them just like yelping as they leave.
Maybe the raid leader was the guy who blew himself up.
Yeah, that was definitely the raid leader. He's climbing up to his feet.
It's crazy that fear is not concentration, but because I feel like in D&D it's concentration, isn't it?
Fear?
Yeah.
Maybe, yeah.
But in Starfinder it's not.
I guess because in Starfinder it's like you have scared
Yeah.
them.
Oh, and then
Yeah,
right. I
yeah.
guess then they don't. Yeah, the fear doesn't maintain. It's just the effect of my fear.
Yeah. It's not like a... It's like a less magical focus.
Also,
Yeah.
concentration's
Scare.
less.
Like jump scare magic.
Yeah, I think I
So-
only have one concentration spot, which is wall
We'll
of steam.
start with the one that's going to try to climb back up to you, Shade. You watch
He was
as
prone, right?
yeah, he
do they
climbs up. He tries. He puts
Yeah.
one hand on this pull, and as he does, you watch as his lower intestines just droop out of his stomach, and he has to take his other hand and just grab them to hold him in. He can't climb up. He has no way of attacking, so that is him. Echo.
The guys take damage for passing through my wall.
Oh yeah.
Did that.
2,
Okay.
because one slid all the way around to your other
Okay, yeah.
side.
Okay.
Echo, you're taking attacks from 2 of them, and then Bubs, you're taking attacks from 3 of them.
Let's do it.
So Echo,
That's
you're
what I-
taking 8 attacks.
It's on my turn.
Just let me-
Okay.
22 EAC, 23 KAC.
You're going against your KAC. Give me 1 second here. All right, so Echo. They're going to hit only 1 time.
Nice.
So,
I feel
Echo,
that.
you are taking 10 points of bludgeoning damage, and you watch as he slams into you, bolstered by all of these other individuals around him. He pulls back and he punches as hard as he can. You duck and you watch as he just clocks his ally in the face as he rolls a natural 1 and deals 12 points of bludgeoning damage to
hear
the
him
one that is
10-year-old
between the wall and the crate.
Friendly fire. No. The 2 that move take 9 damage. 9 fire damage.
Okay. So actually, one of them that runs through, Bubs, you lose one of those guys as they run through the steam, and you watch as it gets trapped in the helmet itself, and they like stop, and they're just going, "I'm overloading, I'm losing my save files," and then they just like try to pull it away, and you just hear like the skin screeching on this outside like glass before they just, and the glass shatters out, and they are dead beyond. But that happens. Bubbles, you are taking
melted.
attacks from 2 people, I believe,
Yep.
now. And so just the same number as Echo.
29 or 30. They can beat it.
They need, I believe, a natural 20. Yeah, they need a natural 20. Not a single one.
Just flexes.
And so just scratching. However, now that it's been a little bit, I think what's going to happen is that last gentleman, the one who cannot quite get to Echo, caught up in the fury of this moment, is going to say, you know what? For the raid. And they grab their helmet and squeeze down as they initiate self-destruct.
I'm far the fuck away.
Gibbs, can you make, I mean, not Gibbs, sorry. Echo, can you make a reflex saving throw, please?
Gladly.
Bugs, you are out of range.
Can I do a reaction to help her?
You cannot, I don't think, from where you are.
I also
I
have
am right next to
evasion.
Echo.
Do you have the feature?
Reaction to push or
It's like
whatever.
no, it's similar to Sentinel, but you can switch your spot with an ally.
Right.
I have evasion. I am rogue.
So what'd you roll?
I rolled a 25.
Okay, very nice.
Fine.
And if I succeed at a reflex save against an effect that normally has a partial effect on a save, I instead suffer no effect.
Well, so here's the thing. Self-destruct for this individual.
Oh no, is it like a black hole bomb or something?
Nano.
Is he imploding?
Now it is.
2, 3.
Oh, they trigger.
Oh, it's like
Oh,
a
so cool.
chain effect.
Bubbles, can you make
Oh,
a
yeah.
reflex saving throw,
Let's
please?
do it.
Actually,
What's my reflex?
Echo, you are taking damage from 1, 2, 3,
Okay.
and Bubbles is taking damage from 3 as well.
That is a 5 plus
Yikes.
6.
So that's
11.
probably going to be full
Yeah, that's my
damage.
base damage.
That'll probably be full
I have
damage.
-5.
What was it?
11.
11, yeah.
Yeah.
Bubbles, you are taking 50 points of fire damage.
So each one is -5 because I have -5 to. Or is it all 1?
Oh gosh, now you're gonna have to hang on.
Yeah, sorry.
-5 to each
Yeah.
each hit.
You're taking 17 points of fire damage.
Ooh,
I mean,
nice reduction.
it's you're pulling out a lot of
significantly,
that's good. Echo, you're taking 50 points of fire damage. Or no, wait, you succeeded,
I
correct?
succeeded,
Yeah.
and then I have evasion, so nothing hits me.
No one takes that
So you
much
would
damage.
normally take 21 points of damage as you see them squeeze the helmet and it flashes back to the first one that you saw. You throw yourself into the like rolling metal kind of protective door, and you collapse through it. Spice, from where you are, suddenly Echo like hurls themselves through the security gate just as an explosion rolls over top them, not doing any damage, but certainly doing damage to Bubbles. It annihilates that crate, everything that you were standing on, and all of the divers that are in that row are gone, which leaves just the one who is bleeding from their stomach on the ground below you, Shade.
What about this guy?
Oh yeah, and that guy. So you still got 2 left. No worries. Actually, we have a wheel, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess my effect's still there. It's just.
Okay.
And Echo's on the other
Spice.
side of that wall.
What would you like to do? There's this
That's getting
huge
bugs.
ripple of explosions that just goes, and
No,
it's
just
like ringing.
thematically
Smoke is
got
coming
knocked
down.
over by the
Debris is
explosion.
coming down. Echo is like rolling in this tangle of metal. What would you like to do?
Spice is going to kneel down to Echo, who has just busted through the door near her, and go, "You're gonna be okay. Please don't hate me." And she's going to inspiring boost you for a recovery of 25 hit points. Stamina points.
There we
Stamina
go,
points.
stamina
Very
points.
important.
Touch her.
I don't have to, but I will for flavor. I like
For flavor.
grab her hand, or grab their hand while they're on the ground and be like, and kiss it gently.
Very gently. No
Echo
problem.
just sits up and like the eyes like dim again.
The metal just dragged with you as you sit up, but no problem. That is your turn, Spice.
Yep,
Okay.
that's my turn.
Give me 1 second here. Yeah, wait. So Gibbs, you see this one running around the corner at you, suddenly just drops to the ground.
Oh.
Oh, so cool.
Wait, why?
Bad things
no
are
idea.
coming.
No, good things.
No.
Are they gonna? I don't know.
Bad things.
Gibbs, what would you like to do?
Fuck that. I'm gonna. Can I full action move the fuck away?
Yeah.
Can I just go off the board?
I believe, yeah. If you want to just run down the
There's
street.
One guy left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which direction are you running?
That way.
Okay, so Gibbs, you just like full on all fours like a rat. You're just running down the street. Debris is like falling from the explosions around you. You're like zagging to the left. when
And
the
a bunch of
roof
people
hits.
can't see me because of the wall I've built.
I believe actually, yeah, nobody can see you because the wall kind of blocks off that
Yeah.
whole area.
Which
Shade can
direction
see
is
you.
this? towards?
running off in that direction. So away from where you guys came.
Okay.
So into the husk?
Into the
Correct.
husk.
Okay.
So you begin to just dash away. That brings us to top of the round, Bubs. Bubs, there's only one left. And from where you
Oh,
are...
you take 2d4 because you're in my wall.
Yep.
From where you are
You
through
did
the steam,
none.
you can just see the lights that are glowing from this lone individual's helmet. They're kind of like almost slumped against the road.
Yep.
What are you doing?
I'm going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and throw my knife.
Okay.
That's a standard attack. That's plus 4 plus 4 plus 13 is 17.
17?
Hit or miss?
17 against KSA or ESA, sorry.
That's 17, yeah.
4 plus 13 is 7.
Yeah.
Wait, ESA or KSA?
Piercing doth go. So
That is a miss. You swing and throw, and as it does, and just misses. They kind of slump against the street, and you weren't ready for that. But no problem. Anything else, Pups?
that's it.
All right, Echo. You, peel yourself up. Spice comes, kisses your hand. What would you like to do?
Echo Terminator's up.
You rise.
And
Or Undertaker.
Dong! Yeah,
they're going to
Is that a Taco Bell?
it's not a sponsor.
take their move action. That's not a doorway.
This is a. Oh, wait.
Yeah, it's all the way over there.
Yeah.
These are garages.
There's another one.
But you
that
got
is
through
gonna
one of
be
the
other
garage
side.
doors.
There's a
I can't-
motorcycle
I
over there
can't
that looks
see.
a lot like
There
the
is,
one
yeah.
that got
Oh, there's
eaten.
a lot of shit in there.
There is.
Yeah, like a robot leg.
I'm just gonna full dash out.
Okay.
We gotta collect all the parts.
See that everyone's gone, aside from one dude.
And you watch his bug just
Jeez.
whiffs bad on his Dothko throw at him.
I'll have to run past Shade and Bubs that way.
Are you hurt? How hurt are you?
Gibbs is down the
No,
other
this is a
way.
decision.
I don't know that you.
And Echo's gonna go that way.
Echo running in the same direction as Gibbs.
Do we see?
That is Echo's turn. That brings us
don't
to
know. I
Shade.
don't know if you see or
Shade,
not.
from where you are up on the road, you do not see Echo moving. You do see Gibbs kind of scampering down.
Looks at the height.
Yeah.
Gives us unwieldy.
All right. Finish this guy off.
Gibbs just feels
Finish this guy off. First things first. I'm finishing this guy off. Put him out of his misery. The moral quandary is over. I shoot him in the face.
Thank you.
Okay, you do
It's a
you,
30.
You do get a plus 6 conditional modifier because you're
It's
shooting from elevation.
36.
There you
Oh,
go.
that's
So, yeah.
dope.
Go ahead and make your damage roll.
Right,
All right, I end his
is
suffering with
guess
12
technically, yeah.
points of force damage.
Tell us how it happens. This guy holding his guts into his own body, barely staying aloft, falls to miss the Dothko blow, and he looks up, and you are just pointing down.
I just shoot him and then go knocking this thing over again, and I'm gonna start making my way down towards Gibbs.
Okay.
I'm gonna jump over to here with my move
No
action.
problem. You are out of combat as you take out that last remaining guy.
I'm gonna
Free action.
follow Shane.
Okay. So you are all out of initiative now. So
As
you can really do whatever. you
Echo
want.
runs by. Can I try to do the thing that we've done before, where I hold the back of her and put my heelys down?
Echo, if Echo doesn't allow you to, then no, because Echo is
Echo's
so fast. Yeah.
Echo doesn't know.
Echo's
Yeah,
fast
so
as
Echo's just
fuck,
gone.
bro.
You feel the wind a good amount.
Echo
Actually,
can run 360 feet in 6
I'm gonna
seconds.
calm to everyone.
Echo right under the speed of sound at the moment.
Wow.
But interestingly, right at the end of that, as you feel the wind and Echo's already about 100 feet past you, you also hear the crack of a sniper rifle. And you are all out of combat.
Where did that go?
Make a perception.
Yeah,
Can I try to use
general
my telemetry to figure out the trajectory of the shot?
19.
Hearing the bullet,
So acoustics. Make a perception.
recognizing the acoustics, trying to figure out where it
Make a
landed
perception
and
check.
get the angle from where.
Make a perception check with a -1 conditional modifier.
19.
Okay.
Instead of
ASCII
following
maths
Shade,
and
can I
math.
say I go in the
new
door,
sentence.
grab Spice, and then follow Shade?
Well, Spice is a human who has their own wants and
Yeah, I was
actions,
gonna say,
so
can I-
we'll see. You can try, but we'll get back to that in a
The
second.
third
19.
time you've tried to grab me this
I want like a computation of all of the times that Bubs does that.
Yeah.
With a 19, as you're like running along and you hear this crack, you like turn and look, and Shade at the same time like turns and looks, and both of you looking around. Gibbs, you have not a clue.
Right.
It echoes through the buildings here. Wherever it is from far away. And as you turn and you look and you're like still running, you see the body that was right near you that just fell over, and you realize that had to be really far away because it was about 12 seconds ago that they dropped. And sound travels pretty fast. But all of you are out of initiative. You can hear these shot echoing out. And I would say for everybody but Echo, this does bring to mind a memory. Not too long ago, on a planet called Tea Garden B, when you were in the midst of interrogating an individual that went by the name Bill Black, their life ended in a very similar way. For what it's worth. Thanks for that wheel. All of you,
Did I see with my 34?
with the 34, you know that it came from this direction. You can see
Like somewhere
the
this way.
the cavity left on the back of their head is substantial. There is a single pinpoint in the helmet itself, but if you remove the helmet, the entirety of the back of the skull is caved in, and as the bullet tumbled, it seems to have exploded outwards and into the pavement and embedded into the pavement itself, along with bone and skull
high
fragment.
caliber rifle.
This is like a 50 caliber rifle at minimum.
Yeah.
And this is a hard projectile, just like the last one. You don't know where it came from, that general direction, but at least I would say it would be hard to imagine this in this kind of an urban environment, but you're looking in not just the scale of hundreds of feet, you're really looking at thousands.
I'm gonna jump down to the body and try to grab like if there's a remnant of the bullet to take back any like forensic evidence
Make a
that I
medicine
can
check.
take. Well, more to see like what the make and model is and try to figure out in that route. But I'm just gonna take it and
Make an
then
engineering check then.
try to head back out of the husk and calm to everyone like, let's get the fuck out of here.
Gibbs, what are you doing? Okay.
That's calm.
You're moving. Echo, are you still moving in that direction?
Echo's moving at the speed of sound.
Much slower.
Yes, much slower.
More effort.
Okay, so we'll get back. Yeah, much more effort, much less movement.
Echo's jogging.
Medicine check.
Light.
There's an engineering check. You're trying to look at the model and all that kind of stuff.
Okay. So that would make it a 31. Yeah.
So you pull this out, and with your knowledge of engineering, there's a few things that you can tell about the ruins of a bullet that is left over. When a hard bullet hits an individual, it immediately just disshapes and becomes almost like a blob within. That has stretched to become about this long, a piece of hot metal that then just tore end over end through the body. It's embedded in the ground itself, and so certainly this is a 50 caliber bullet. It was hand forged. You can tell that this was poured by hand. There are an increasingly smaller list of people who forge their own bullets.
Okay. Taking that nugget of information, gonna look up any known people who might fit that description in the area, but gonna, prioritize us getting the fuck out of
worries.
here.
So, Bubs, you run into this factory. You go to grab Spice. Spice, what are you doing in there?
Spice like Big Brother's bubbles and just like shoves his face away and is gonna loot this room.
Great use of Big Brothers. So you give Bubs the stiff arm. Go ahead and make a perception check. Or an investigation check, sorry.
I know it's perception, you're right.
Perception, there you go.
Natural 20 on the big dice.
Nice. So, give me just 1 second here. Let me pull up a little bit more information. Okay. So, this is an old, dilapidated Turbo Joe factory. And you may have heard of this before. The slogan for this product is not so average anymore. They would manufacture exoskeletons to help laborers lift a tremendous amount of weight, more than they normally would be able to.
Yeah.
They went out of business about a decade ago. So this is like, the remains of an old factory. You can see the remnants of a huge leg, not like the Turbo Joe model that you are familiar with. This is either a custom piece, a prototype, or looking at it, probably not even from this place at all. And that really begs the question, why is it here? This is cleaner than many of the other pieces and looks like something that maybe somebody has been working on from time to time. It is not functional in its leg-only form. Perhaps, I would say with that natural 20, looking at this, you can see that there are connection points that have been used before, and so somebody else has other pieces to this. If they're fixing one part of it here, perhaps they're fixing other parts of it elsewhere. Mm-hmm. And Matt had said something previously about having to find all the parts. If you want to use something like this, it might be something like that.
I was talking about Exodia.
I was going to say, is this Exodia?
That's what I had said.
Bubs is gonna fall backwards after like
You gotta get all
Spice
the Egyptian
kinda,
god
pushes him
cards.
away.
Okay.
And he's just gonna think to himself, all right, this is not how the date he wanted to go. And he thinks a little bit back to the armory.
Bubbles, you are getting a notification from that dance school.
Yeah.
2 hours until your competition begins.
Well, you got
And he,
time.
And Spice
Dancers,
is like
get ready.
kicking around on her knees.
The
like,
gold dress is like oil on it. Yeah.
Like, this is a part of a bigger piece.
And he thinks back to like when Spice went a little bit much with the hammer in the anger room. And he looks at the notification and he thinks, is this what he wants? And he just leaves Spice to take through the stuff, and he goes meets up with Shade.
Okay, no worries. You go out and into the corpse-strewn street. Smoke everywhere. There is just like little bits of body parts kind of like scattered around the area because of that huge chain of explosions. Yeah. Echo and Gibbs, the two of you are running. And are you running with any real like thought, or are you just going?
So I will skitter at some point to a stop when I realize I'm no longer being chased, and I've like done enough turns that like a straight sniper rifle is not gonna like help me in the back. And I will find a small corner and hunker down a little bit. And I can keep kind of track of Echo, but I kind of tune that out of my head. And I recall...
What is the range on that ability?
It's forever.
Oh,
it's as long as we're on the same
yeah.
planet. Or same plane, I think.
Yeah, so I mean, Echo is clocking. Like,
Yeah. So I'm just like, okay, she's not here for me. I don't know if she knows where I am, whatever. It's not a big deal. But it's like, oh, I have a friend in the thing that's doing something similar, but like not at all. So like, whatever.
Echo is moving fast enough that it's almost your ability doesn't refresh almost quick enough that it's like Dopplering away.
Right. Yeah.
Gotta go fast.
But I think back to the guy who's evil from Bub's backstory, the doctor dude.
Dr. Maldros.
Maldros.
The guy who's evil from Bob's backstory.
And Dr. Maldros had talked about how like there were similar things to Bub's and to the slime in my bottle. And Gibbs is just like, now's my chance.
That was not here. That was on Mars.
Yeah, but like this is the closest she can get, and this looks like home, and like,
Trash is trash.
Yeah, is just gonna try and like mystic compass her way to something familiar, using her magical bullshit.
Make a mysticism check.
Great. Can I turn in this duck for +6, please?
Nice.
Sure.
It's nice.
I forgot, for my Halloween Pokemon costume, here's the Ari, sorry, not Pokemon, small miniature
party.
monsters. Here is the Ari small miniature monster. It is a psychic duck of some kind.
24 plus 5 is 29 of mysticism.
You put the bottle down and you uncork it, and you see just this little wisp rise out. This awful sulfury kind of like concentration of gas, and then like a ribbon, it goes down and turns left into an alley. You follow it into an alleyway, and you see down, and then right into a dumpster.
I follow.
Climb into the dumpster. You have to like get over the edge, and it's so tall that you have to kind of like squirm with your legs, and then the bottle.
I kick a box over.
Yeah, you climb up, leap in. You have to grab through it before you find where this little trail leads, and it leads down to a single wet scrap of paper. You can see at one point it was glossy, maybe like a brochure. And as you kind of like unfold it, it's not the easiest to read, but it's for a place that is called Nethys University. You see on the cover of it, though badly damaged in its kind of garbage state, a Palladian building with these kind of eggplant colored stones, although there's gum kind of caked into this and like elements of like ancient crusted over maybe cheese that's become like petrified because it's been there for so long. It tastes like rock, not like cheese. You can see as you like look across it, this seems to be a school for magic. You can see each page on this brochure details a different sub-school within this place, be it the Akashic Hall, the Arcane Consortium, the School of Service, the Chaos Wing, the Mental Health Alliance, the Technomancers Guild, or the Starfinder School. And all of these places seem to be catering towards a specific kind of magic user. And Gibbs, what kind of magic user are you? If you had to sum that up.
Gas magic.
Oh, the magic of emotion. Very driven by emotion. I don't know which one of the things that you just listed that would fall into.
That's okay.
But,
as you're looking at this kind of stuff, with a 31 from your mysticism check, there is a group that calls themselves the Mental Health Alliance, and their little brochure thing says that they believe all minds are capable of magic and that those who seek to use it to help gain its enlightenment. You can see it teaches things from various schools of magic from a hive world that the Sharen first found. It also seems to have elements that have been brought into it from a group that maybe you're not super familiar with, but they look an awful lot like some kind of like monk or something of that nature. But that seems to be similar to a lot of that kind of like, feelings and emotions. There is also the School of Service that seems to be it's about people who are in the service of people or gods or higher concepts. And it's a little bit more abstractly kind of similar to what you do. But those seem to be the two that are a little bit more Gibbs-like. The Akashic Hall is all about like the third eye and looking into the future. The Arcane Consortium is all about raw magical power. The Chaos Wing, really all about chaos. And,
also calls to Gibbs a little, but she's like, wait, focus.
The Technomancer Guild is all about gaining magic from technology, believing that there is no magic, just misunderstood technology. And then the Starfinder School is really dedicated to searching the galaxy to find the source of magic and believes that it has not been discovered yet.
Cool. Dope. Then I tuck that in my pocket and I scamper on back. I've conquered my quest.
Nethys University is on Prime Station.
And I sent a quick text to Echo being like, in a dumpster, right here. You good? Want to talk? Question mark? Love you. Love Gibbs.
Bleep, you get this little message.
Echo's too busy running to respond. They would have looped around if possible.
Okay. Roll a D100. You're running fast.
I'm running fast.
Has no one gotten my regroup message?
No, everybody got it. I think it's pretty clear that people just don't listen to it.
37.
I regrouped.
7?
37.
I said after spice someone to you.
Brown
Still
noser.
not good.
Brown noser.
Trying to keep the team from breaking apart.
Subs is upset with spice.
You run and run and run, and then you see blinking lights. You see along the sides of the wall, just barely, but coming from somewhere ahead, what look like blinking blue lights or flashing blue lights, hard to tell. They illuminate the kind of silhouette of a broken down car, of garbage cans, of different things around the corner. You don't see any moving things that would indicate life, but there's something coming up. Are you still running?
Echo's trying to find their way back to the dock where the director is.
Okay. You're a little lost. So right around the corner going forward, there's this blue flashing light. If you want, you can turn back and roll again.
Echo doesn't know where they are.
Okay. Go ahead and roll again.
Can I start detecting thoughts?
Yeah.
I know where everyone is now except for Echo, right?
No.
You don't know where Gibbs is.
Well, I saw Gibbs run off.
You know, like a
Did
direction.
Gibbs,
Yeah.
Gibbs hasn't come back.
No,
yet.
it
They're
took
still
me too long.
74.
Okay. Echo, you begin to walk, and Gibbs, Echo is getting far away.
Oh, then I'll start,
I'm spamming these two.
Okay.
Regroup.
yeah,
on
I'll
me.
start trying to, like, make my way to Echo.
Okay. You begin to walk. Echo's going quick.
Yeah.
They pause for just a moment, and then turn and reverse course. They're getting closer and closer and
Yeah.
closer, and then they turn, and then they're getting farther and farther and farther.
Was at the point with the apex where they were closest? How close was that?
Still probably a couple thousand feet.
Okay. Fuck. Yeah, then I'm gonna like ping pong around because all I've got is their relativity to me, which
Roll a
doesn't like,
D100
it doesn't
as we
help me.
split into 3 parties in this labyrinth.
It doesn't help me with like the walls. Like if I get stuck at a thing.
No.
94.
Remember when I was like regroup.
Yeah, I was.
Okay. So Gibbs,
Yeah.
you begin to move around. You begin to look for some element of a way to get to Echo. You're like, oh, Echo's just like 3,000 feet that way, easy. And you begin to walk, and you get like about 100 feet over, and then in like dead end,
Yeah.
you could see like a broken down fountain and what looks like a mail truck that was rammed into a wall.
That
and you're
sounds really
like,
familiar.
oh man. And you have to like backtrack a little bit, and it's tough. And then you find an area where there is a single working streetlight
That's weird.
on the sort of intersection of 4 streets, and across from that, it gives just enough light that you can see movement.
That's weird.
Sketchy movement.
It appears to be a motorcycle. You can see that is leaning up against this streetlight, and over top of this, there's an individual in dark armor. You can see a rifle behind them. There is a sword that is strapped into a sheath that is in this motorcycle. The motorcycle itself has very odd-looking wheels. You've never seen anything like them. And at the moment, they're just kind of muttering themselves. You can hear them just kind of just going in there's nuts. And beyond them, kind of where it seems that they are leaving, there is a warehouse that says Splice Gen above it.
I think back about just what Spice did. I'm like, that's a good idea.
You can see they like kick a leg up, and they're like on the motorcycle now.
Hi.
You can see suddenly they leap off the motorcycle. And they turn up the
Fashion
and you can
police.
see
Put your
the
hands
entire neoprene kind of sleeve just separates, and a cannon just like emerges from one left side. They point that at you, and their hand goes back, and you can see something begins to glow, and they just go, "Who are you?" And it's just
Just lost and looking for my friend, but I won't bother you if
Are you a relic hunter?
a relic hunter. No, my name is Gibbs, and I don't know what a relic is. I mean, relics, I know like the word definition.
The red just disappears. He's still holding this kind of cannon level at you, but he just goes, "Turn around." He seems to be looking around you. I don't see any on you.
Can I ask what?
He slowly lowers this and goes, "You're not a huskhead. What are you doing here? Who are you?"
So I'm my friend is in an emotional fugue state
I
of
don't care about who are you.
Okay. Hold on. My name's Gibbs, and sometimes I do magic, and I thought maybe I'd find the source of my power here, but I didn't find it. But I'm looking now for my
You
friend.
can do magic.
A little bit.
I don't believe you.
Okay, hold on. Can I show you? Okay.
He takes like 5 steps back.
Yeah. I I think, I'll light up a green bean cannon. And I'm like, that's not impressive. I got cooler shit than that.
I'm gonna blow his head up.
With everything I've got.
Want to see
I
something
will.
really cool?
Tell me the name of someone you know the location of.
1 second here.
Oh, they're on the toilet.
Katarina.
Katarina. And I pull my bottle up, and what color is Katarina's hair?
Blonde, I guess. What does this have to do with that?
I promise. Okay. And I pull my bottle up, put it up to my eye, and I tell him you cast no coordinates. I spend the spell slot.
Okay.
And we'll try to discern where Katarina is.
So you... And you're just able to know, like...
Based on personal knowledge of who they are, so I know their hair color and their name.
Roll a D100.
Fuck.
That's a stretch.
Yeah, okay. I'm trying, man. Trying to have a reason to spend a spell
I probably
slot.
would have asked for like a last name, maybe like literally any other information.
Yeah, well.
But it's okay.
89.
Okay. You think of the most generic possible human, just hoping that in a place where there aren't many, you'll catch the one, and you do. All of a sudden, there is a whoomp, and you like turn the bottle, and the bottle almost turns your body so that you're like turn on your heel in a way that's almost physically impossible. And you can see he starts for just a second. And he goes, "Whoa, what are you doing?"
They're right there, and I describe to them, like, I tell them the coordinates. They're at... I can do magic.
All right, maybe you can do magic.
Okay,
You're still gonna die if you go in there.
I'm not trying to go in anywhere.
What do you want?
Well, you've got wheels, and I was wondering if you were bored and maybe needed some money. Will you taxi me?
Make a diplomacy check, Gibbs. Take a -2 conditional modifier for being a stranger in the holidays.
I'm rolling real shit tonight. But my diplomacy's great, so it's 17, and I'll hold out a cred stick.
Okay. Maybe we can make a deal.
Mm-hmm.
You're not a relic hunter, you said, so you're not looking for any magical items. There's something in here that I want.
Okay. Is Echo in the thing that he's referring to?
No. Echo's still pretty far away.
Can we go to this place and this coordinates?
Well, if you can get me the Ring of Astrozoology that's in here, I'll give you a ride wherever you want to go. And my bike's pretty special.
Special bike.
How long have you been looking for this thing?
Well, I know where it is. I just couldn't get through the defenses.
Oh.
But if you know magic, you can probably do it.
Sure. What's your name? All right, I'm gonna go on this quest with this guy. We're now friends.
They call me Thule.
Thule? Great.
It's dangerous in there. There's a lot of traps.
Oh. Did you disarm them on the way to the thing that you know where it is, or is you just know it's in there?
So the little cannon slides back into the sleeve, and he rolls this neoprene up, which folds over. So this technology is either thin or flexible metal. Mm-hmm. But as he pulls it up, you can see a big gash that has been sutured or stapled basically shut with a dermal stapler. You have one?
I do.
And he just goes, "It almost disarmed me."
Literally disarmed.
Yeah. When you open the door, there is a blade that shoots out. So be careful. I would go in through a window maybe.
Yeah, I'm not really dodgy or strong.
I don't think you can do this, to be honest.
Yeah, okay. Okay, so it was nice to meet you, but maybe if you're cool and I'm cool, I'm going to leave this alone and never talk about this, and you're good to do this thing that you want to do, but I need to go find my friend.
All right.
But maybe later. I hold out my comm.
He kicks a leg over the bike. He picks up his wrist and then and just pulls off down the street.
He just went psych.
Yeah.
Did it burn out?
But now I know that
No
there's this magical ring
I'm
in
urgently
this.
trying to get in contact with Echo and find out where they are.
And so Echo, as you are looking around, every couple of seconds you're just getting
Whisper
just
comm,
whisper comms pinging you to come back.
Meet at ship?
For the record,
Send
I was trying
coordinates.
to detect
Regroup.
thoughts on Echo, but obviously
Nothing.
they're...
Yeah.
Yeah, so Spice is just kneeling on the ground punches him dick.
What are you doing, Echo?
Head back to the ship if they can.
And I'm turning to Bubs and saying,
Roll a d100.
get Spice, we need to head back to the ship.
Oh, okay.
Bubs will go down.
And I'm calming to Gibbs and Echo. Regroup at ship.
Echo, at first, you had been making a little bit of progress, and you were seeing things that you're pretty sure you had seen before. And then you get to a place where you have to turn left or right. Which are you doing?
Left.
50-50.
Okay.
Swifty fist.
Second here. You turn left, and you begin to walk. Moving now, Gibbs, Echo is getting closer, for what it's worth. Not directly.
Yeah.
It is a very slow rate, which means that they're moving kind of like parallel to you, but a little bit closer. And Echo, you reach a place where elements of like some kind of a fire or something that is just on the edge of burning down is shedding a little bit of light on a sign on a factory that is straight ahead of you by about 100 feet. Are you still running real fast?
I think once Echo realizes that they're totally and completely lost, they're just moving at their normal pace.
Okay.
Turn down the radio.
So you can see in front of you, it sheds light on a dear little Mo factory. This is especially interesting for you, Echo. You can see a number of these small porcelain figurines that they manufacture that have been like scattered about the front when the elements of this factory kind of collapsed inwards for some reason. This appears to be, so dear little Mo factory, they make these little porcelain moments. And all different kinds, collectible. They have little collections and limited edition ones, but
Are they dear?
they're precious. And so you can see a bunch of just broken ones everywhere. You also notice, parked off and to the right, a motorcycle. The person getting off of it is a Shiren, who seems to be slowly approaching that factory, using elements of like broken down cars and the at one point was like a retaining wall that is essentially now just stones piled on top of each other for cover. You can see them. It looks like maybe they're not sneaking up on this factory, but they're not really sure, and so they're approaching it cautiously. And it's cocked. They definitely do not seem to have noticed you. I would say, Echo, being an operative, they are moving in such a way that they have no concern behind them, and so they have no idea that you're there.
You should really watch your six.
Are you being stealthy right now?
I see them. They're not being cautious, and they're trying to be cautious.
So with that, they jump, and they are going to turn and take a shot at you with their weapon, and at the same time, they're going to try to jump on their motorcycle and get out of there.
If you're within 5 feet, you can make an opportunity attack against a ranged weapon.
Definitely not within 5 feet,
Oh.
but are you going to pursue them? Mostly for my musical knowledge.
No. Keep that music running.
Okay, so they jump on, they take this parting shot, which, give me 1 second because this is a different stat block. No longer on my diver.
Relic hunters.
I do. I have one Relic Hunter template, and then I have several sub-templates for all the different ones. I love, what's it called? Hephaestus, by the way.
So good.
Yeah, and for making NPCs, it really, really is helpful. They're also not a sponsor, but I highly recommend checking them out if you play Starfinder.
Sponsor us, maybe.
All right. So Echo, as they fire, ooh, lovely. Can you? Okay. Sorry. That is going to be a 27 to hit.
Yep.
Okay. So as they turn, what they are firing with is not like a handheld weapon. You watch as the helmet that they are wearing, it's like a half helmet, almost like a motorcycle helmet that comes down to here. Then you see like the little Shiren mandibles there. It opens up to form almost like a third eye that fires what looks like an azimuth laser straight out of it towards you. And you are taking 14 points of fire damage as they and tear away on this motorcycle. And you watch as all of a sudden the wheels just disconnect from 2 to 4, and then this motorcycle onto the wall, and then up onto the
that's
ceiling.
cool.
And they
Hover motorcycle. Anti-grav. Cool.
Having stopped now, Echo's gonna see if they can get any communication out to the director.
Sure. You send out a communication. Make an engineering check.
18.
An 18. You almost can't get a message out. You do. It takes you a couple tries. You are deep within the husk now. And you recognize that at one point you had been making your way out. Probably not so much anymore. But you do get a communication through. You can open up a channel. And the director says, "Yes, Echo."
I believe I am a bit lost. I don't know if I will make it back in one piece. If the others arrive, tell them I am sorry. Except for Spice.
Very well, Echo. What shall I tell Spice?
Nothing. Nothing is required.
Very well, Echo.
Director,
Is there anything that I can do to be of assistance?
I wish we had installed a sensor array.
We do have a sensor array, but it is not sufficient to reach you at this time. Echo, your part in this is not ready to be done.
I am sorry.
No response?
And Echo keeps trying to walk back towards the ship and find their way out.
Okay, no problem.
So Gibbs will, every time Echo gets closer, she sort of stops and waits because Echo can move a lot faster.
Okay,
But every time she sort of starts to move away, like Gibbs tries to kind of keep up
okay.
and like keep up in a way where she's like kind of tracking it because she's got like the glowing line between them.
Mhm.
So like she can tell a little bit about it, but we'll like have to pick a path.
Yep.
But we'll try to just sort of like ping ball my way to meet up with Echo.
Okay, so you're doing that. Meanwhile, for the rest of you,
Before I go down and grab Spice,
Again.
That's number 4 for today.
okay, sorry.
I'm gonna jump down too.
I was just following what
I want to try and I want to go find these people.
He's grabbing
two of you
not because he
descent
wants
thrust
to, but
down,
because
no
it was
problem.
orders to.
Ugh.
Yeah, even
Even
worse.
more.
Yeah.
Okay, Bub's just gonna knock on the door and say, "Hey, Spice, we're leaving."
Has Gibbs responded to any of the comms?
Nope.
Nope. Gibbs does text Bubs though, and we'll say, "Why are there magical items in the husk? What's the history behind that?"
Bubs, you would know without even a roll. This is so Prime Station is a place where people have come and like added their vessel, and like any place where a number of people and different cultures overlap, folk tales begin to get passed around.
Yeah.
Some of the items that the relic hunters or the people who call themselves relic hunters are after are cultural artifacts and folk tales. There are also something called Aeon Stones. And because of the various things that have occurred within the husk, these appear in the hollow husk from time to time. There are some that are able to make it so that you just don't need food anymore. There are some that allow you to walk in the air. There are some that can do all kinds of things. The good ones are pretty rare. There are some that are a little easier to find. But yeah, I mean, there are certainly magical items here.
Bubs will like text Gibbs like part of that information. Not all of it, probably like a good amount of just like kind of like a vague of just like
Meanwhile,
just like yeah, there's some items in the husk and like I heard like this one and this one. And I'm gonna show Shade the message and be like, are you gonna meet up with us? And I'll send it
to
to Gibbs.
me?
Gibbs. I'm gonna send it to Gibbs, and I'm gonna show you the message I got from Gibbs.
You get that message from Bubs.
I'm sending multiple messages this whole time, being
You
like,
have this
"Where are
open,
you?"
and it's like the thing where that little like drop down box comes down, and it's just
I've
Shade.
muted
Where
it.
are you? Shade.
Yeah.
And you just swing it right back.
Yeah,
up.
no, that's
problem.
muted. And I'll say, Echo seems a little unstable.
Yeah.
I feel a little unstable. Hoping we can both find closure in this maze and come out a little better. but I need time.
Okay.
See you soon.
Seeing that,
I'm
yeah.
showing my message.
Seeing
I'm
that
actively
message,
showing on my comms.
Shade is focusing entirely on finding Echo.
Okay.
Messaging hasn't worked, so probably next I would go to the encrypted channel for the director.
Okay.
See if Echo has gotten
Make an
back to the
engineering
ship
check.
yet. I have my thing. I can talk to it within a 5-mile radius, over an encrypted channel.
Make an engineering check. You are not within 5 miles.
Oh,
Prime
okay.
Station is the size of a small planet.
34.
Okay. So
Actually, it's a 35 because I have the +1 from
with the 34 and a 35, you succeed, and you can very quickly make a connection to the director. Yes, Shane.
Director, have you had any contact with Echo within the last hour?
Yes.
Do you know their position?
No.
Is there anything that you can do to try and open up contact once again?
What would you like me to say?
Ask them where they are going.
You hear like the very vague bit of static go dead as that you were basically put on hold.
You hear the fax dial-up channel.
Echo, suddenly you are getting communications from the director.
Open it up.
You open it up, and the director says, Echo, Shade is attempting to reach you.
Is there any way you can put in a group call?
To all members of Mosaic Team 5.
No. Just to Shade.
There's
Operator.
and suddenly both of you are on the same call.
Join party channel?
And the director says, you are now on a call with Shade. You are now on a call with Echo.
Silence.
Yeah, what if that was awkward?
I
Like,
just need a second.
Hello?
The director's like, did I do it?
Are you still there?
Target lost.
Were you going to say something again, Ison?
I am attempting to find my way out of this maze.
Can you send your coordinates? I'm with Bubs.
I do not think I have positioning on my coordinates at the moment.
Can you transfer visual data?
Yeah.
So you uplink your visual data, and it's a little distorted, but you can see it okay, enough to make out like what's happening.
it's 480 HD.
The director is going to say, it appears that there are many damaged buildings. If you could reach a higher advantageous position, you may be able to see if somebody makes a signal.
Echo's gonna just see if there's any way to climb up.
Yeah. I would say without too much trouble, I mean, you can find various bits of buildings. There are like 4 or 5 story apartment buildings. You can see that there are a number of like warehouses. It's not too hard to get high up. What kind of symbol or signal, rather, are people trying to make if somebody's trying to get Echo's attention?
So wait, Echo is back. Echo is now up higher at an elevation that is more visible. Could Echo take a picture? Because I'm trying to take the visual information
Echo's visual
and give
information.
that to. So I'm trying to give that to Bubs to be like, do you know where this is? Can we pinpoint a location? I don't want to send a flare up or anything like
As
that.
he does that, could I be doing my diligent searcher? I'm gonna try to.
Look at the goddamn screen.
I mean, I know I'm saying it, guys.
Yeah, I got you.
Could I just look for like a piece of like Echo, maybe? Like maybe like a piece of her.
Yeah,
hair that maybe
yeah,
or
no problem.
what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to put it into the.
It's 10 minutes, right?
Yeah, I think it's 10 minutes.
Okay, so right now you're about 8 minutes in. You're almost done doing that, and you have a good idea. You remember all of a sudden, wait, they were wailing on Echo over by those platforms, and even though there was an explosion, you imagine if you lift the like grates of metal, you might be able to find like some scrap that is from Echo. So
Yeah.
you're looking. What are you trying to do with this?
I'm trying to get basically.
Bubbles is ignoring you and just looking around and trying to dig through bits of
The
rubble.
new call was sent to Nova would be like, oh, what?
Yeah, it'd be like, Bubs,
Oh, yeah, what's up?
come take a look at this footage.
Okay.
Do you know where this is?
He's gonna like pause and remember the exact area he was looking to like start again when he comes back, hopefully.
Make a flat intelligence check if you really want to do that.
Okay. That's an 18 plus.
Okay.
Nice.
Plus? Minus 2. Plus negative 5.
Plus 0.
Okay. With an 18, no problem. You pause this, Mark, and you're like, as you let go and you look really intently, you see a little fleck of like the orange bit of like the jumpsuit that Echo wears.
Okay.
And you're like, oh. And you can just pick it right
I'll
up.
pick it
and,
up.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're not
And
going to
I'll
make you do an
roll
extra
the-
minute of that.
What's up, Shade?
I need you to take a look at this.
Of course.
Do you know where this is?
Can I roll a culture check or whatever check?
Sure.
Yeah. What am I rolling?
You're rolling a cultures check. Take a -6 conditional modifier to it.
That's a
Oh my
natty
god.
one.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
Looks like the fucking hollow husk.
No, it's changed so much. I don't know, but
And I'm gonna take out the compass and put a little piece of Echo in the
Okay.
compass that finds it.
I found a piece of Echo, and if we use the compass that Gibbs gave me, we can probably track the direction.
It points immediately to Echo, and you suddenly feel the exact same feeling that Gibbs has because they know the exact direction that Echo is in. It really doesn't do a lot with all these buildings looming up around.
Yeah.
But you know the direction.
Then I'm gonna say to Bubs, that's useful. Echo and Gibbs seem to have gotten lost.
Okay, we'll find them, Captain.
Spice, what are you doing while this is happening?
Still kneeling on the ground, desperately trying to detect thoughts.
No
Praying.
real thoughts here.
Yeah, so once she realizes that there's
Shade's got some thoughts.
yeah,
keeping
so
them to
she's like out of courtity, she's not stepping into
Keeping them to
her teammates'
themselves.
Okay.
minds and reading their thoughts, but she's going to just start praying to I guess
Jeebus.
a Hylax. She's gonna like reach out to Hylax and be like, whoever Echo meets on their journey, keep them safe.
That's really cute, actually. I like that a lot.
You do that, and as you do, you taste iron.
What? Okay.
It's like your mouth is bleeding. And you kind of look in, and then you realize it's not your whole mouth. It's just the tattoo that's in there. What tattoo do you have in your mouth?
That's Mara.
Oh, sorry. Where's his on Kuthonwa? I thought that's the
on
one.
her right hand.
It is your hand that is
Yeah.
bleeding now. And looking down, you can see this symbol of Zon Kuthon has split directly along the line and the inkwork. And your hand is bleeding.
Ouch.
What? It's been a long time since we spoke, Zon. What is this about? But she doesn't say that. She's praying to Hylax and be like, that was weird. That's it.
You're not sure if Hylax can hear you, but it seems like somebody else probably has.
Fuck. The, very wrong person to have heard that.
The person who has a known cult in this area, yes.
Fuck. Bye, Echo. Fuck.
Sensing still sensing the urgency, I'm gonna try to get up
Gibbs, roll a D100.
here. Just like climbing hands, jump jets. Up
I'm
to the
killing
top.
it!
And then using the compass positioning, I'm gonna
89!
try to see if I
Again!
can find Echo.
I got an 8 and a 9 on my dice again.
So you hold this compass up and you wheel it around, and as you do, you see just this little glint, and suddenly you realize that you are seeing light reflect off the bottle of Gibbs just deep down, probably close to 800 feet away, just like taking the bottle every now and then just walking and then kind of getting on all fours and sniffing around and looking. But you can see Gibbs is wandering through the streets. I would say Gibbs is heading directly in the direction of Echo. You don't see Echo anywhere.
Not on the building.
Make a perception
skyline.
check. It would be near impossible at the distance. You're not.
I've got exceptional android vision. But probably
Is it
not that
natural
good.
20 specialized?
No. That was probably what I
It
needed.
doesn't need
I
to be
got,
a natural 20, I don't think. I think you can roll.
But I probably didn't because I got a 24.
Yeah, with the 24, you don't see that. You do see Gibbs. I would say with that, as you are focusing in, you can hear Spice muttering something, but not what from that distance. But not Echo.
Then I'm just gonna jump back down to Bubs
Yeah, I was here.
and be like, "Go get Spice. We need to move."
Echo doesn't seem to be moving as fast, and Gibbs, now you're gaining.
Yeah.
And so very quickly, you are getting closer and closer and closer. And I would say before too long, Echo, though you have gotten pretty substantially lost, so too has Gibbs. As you round a corner and you see Gibbs's butt, as Gibbs is like half into a trash can, just like pulling things out, and you just hear Echo from like inside of the trash can, and then Gibbs withdraws.
Echo!
It is inadvisable for you to have followed me.
But I did.
And yet. Do you know the way out?
No. But at least we're together. Is there solace in that? I'm sorry if there's not.
I am more concerned that you are lost with me.
That's okay. We've got 2 tools together. You're fast and I know the way. Kind of.
You just said you do not.
But I could find our friends. Do you want me to? If everyone's looking for each other, it's gonna...
Spice. Shade.
Not you, Spice.
Suddenly, Gibbs from a trash can turns and goes, and just disappears around the corner like behind a building.
The visual feed is probably still transmitting. But Echo
making
has
So you're
my
seeing
way.
Gibbs just like I'm coming over.
I'm waiting as much as I can for Bubs and Spice to move because like I
I'm
gotta
gonna-
keep my eyes on them.
I'm gonna.
But like I want to be there
Okay,
now.
so you're moving, Bubs is moving.
Can you locate the director?
I don't know. I think I can. They're a person.
I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna.
Ah, they're not a creature though. I could locate. Squeak is a creature who I'm intimately familiar with.
Yeah. What are you doing there, Spice?
Spice, knowing that she's not on Echo's favorable list, is going to trail slowly behind
Okay.
her counterparts.
I kind of gave up trying to get Spice to go. I'm not gonna grab her or anything. I think I just knocked and said Spice we're leaving, and I'm gonna just. Where is Shade? Did Shade start going that way?
I'm
Yeah, I think.
down
You and Shade
wherever.
walk down the
Yeah, I
street.
think I went down and.
Once I see that Spice and Bubs are gonna follow, I'm hustling.
Gotcha. You make your way.
Before we leave, knowing that it's easy to get lost in this labyrinth,
Yeah.
she's going to take the paper mache flower that Bubbles gave her and put it in the ground.
Okay. No problem. You
Be
plant
like,
this
that's
paper
my
mache.
place marker, and maybe like GPS coordinates it or whatever.
Okay, in
Put a
your
geotag in
comms, you
there.
try to just drop a pin right there.
Yeah.
It's not like over
gotta
any
zoom
existing
in
map, so
really
it's just kind of
far.
like a pin in a 3-dimensional space, but
But
no
you
problem.
can still. I do that when my
No,
car's in the
absolutely,
middle of
absolutely.
nowhere.
If you are back in this rough region, it will help you get back to this exact part of the region. But no problem. The 3 of you make your way with Spice kind of lagging behind just a little bit. Gibbs, you were saying something? I'm sorry.
It was just warm and fuzzies to Echo.
Or my
No,
sister.
Echo would have said that would work. The squeak idea.
So I can tell, because I can tell where you guys are located, that our other 3 friends are making their way to us. So if we met up with them and then we all traveled together, would that be favorable, or would you really rather go straight to the director?
That would be preferable.
Okay. And so yeah, Gibbs will cast no coordinates on Squeak.
So you no coordinates on Squeak, and sure enough, it blazes bright in the direction of the director, and
already know
you begin to move off in that
all the
direction.
time.
We might want to cast this every so often, just because
Chicken in.
Now, Gibbs, Are you proceeding straight to the director, or without telling Echo, are you gonna meet back up with your group?
No, Echo is conveying her needs in a way that, like, I feel like Gibbs would respect. She gave her an option. She chose not to do it. So Gibbs will sort of walk in, like, companiative silence.
Okay.
And if Echo seems... Echo never seems chatty, so, like, why am I planning for that?
Gibbs can dream.
Gibbs
Echo is just like,
ask me where I've been. Guess what I've got?
Psychological trauma.
So I was kind of hoping to find something, and I did. Did you find what you might have been looking for, or did I interrupt your search?
I was hoping to find the director, so no, I did not find what I was looking for.
Oh, well, why'd you run off after battle? Those creepy guys were scary, but not enough to frighten you.
I was not afraid. I was leaving.
Can I ask you something?
I may not answer, but yes.
I want to know a little bit about those friends in the ship, and if there's anything I can do to help them, or restore them, or support you in that, whatever your goal is there. I know we're kind of waiting for the hammer to drop about the USSR, but I'm not really convinced it. Am I doing this wrong?
the Soviet Union.
What's the SR? Sorry.
Soviet Union. What else?
I'm so sorry. I've never gotten it right.
I know, but every time it's just
It's usually say USSR when it's a really dramatic.
I know, that's the best part about it.
It's a great break.
All right. Yeah, Comrade Echo.
Not sure that the USR investigation's gonna ultimately matter much.
I endangered the ship and its crew.
The ship and its crew was already greatly endangered prior to you doing any of that.
And I aided and abetted a known criminal.
I'm not sure that criminal has the history that we think it did. I mean...
It will not matter to the USR, nor will it matter to Jacinto or Harbinger.
Yeah, maybe if you care about their opinions, but...
Opinion is not what I care about. I care about the multiple mercenaries and wealth behind these powers. They have already taken my entire batch.
So why put yourself in a vulnerable situation? Why go off alone into the husk?
Because every time we go together, we seem to find them.
What, Jacinto? Harbinger?
All of the above.
Enemies? Yeah. We don't do a very good job at keeping a low profile. I mean, you do. Like, it's not for your lack of trying. It's as a group, we don't. So...
And now my location has been broadcast in conjunction with Pleiades Rock. If I were to continue with you as a group, let us just say it would not be safe.
We accepted that risk for Spice. Why hold yourself to a different standard? You accepted that risk with me. I mean, my allies don't, or my enemies don't have power or money, but...
We have not chosen to inform the Carbon Cartel of Spice's location. Spice regularly is in contact with TJ and Jacinto's leadership, and freely offers up confidential information.
I don't know if she understands the risks you're in, or the risks we're all in. But
And she has been told.
To be honest, I'm a little frustrated with her too. She promised to help Shade out like 3 weeks ago and never followed through on that, and I get if you don't want to go on with us, but I wouldn't put yourself in danger here. Get a train ticket, take a one-way trip somewhere else.
That is the plan.
Okay.
I have resources, and the other units are stashed on the director.
Okay. Why don't you take the shuttle?
That is indeed the plan.
Can we get there before them?
Hopefully.
So the way that this
Can I
is
have a
going
ride?
to work. So you get a piggyback from Echo. Shade and Echo, as the two leaders of this group, androids, roll D100, and whoever rolls higher will be
Do I
getting
get a
back.
bonus with
No.
Bubs?
Do
Be getting no, almost
Yes,
certainly not.
Echo
each other out.
get
Because
a
he,
bonus.
because he knows the
I know the
husk.
way you give me minus 25 before.
This is true. Okay, yeah. Then I would say. If
That's
you-
why I
mean,
stuck
if you
with
wanna
this
take
fool the
minus
whole
25,
time
yeah.
because I wanted
But
this
can I-
buff.
Echo get a bonus because I know where the director is.
I know where the director is too.
Knowing where the director is really only gives you a vague,
Oh,
like
like
for
knowing
both of you
Squeak.
guys, it gives you like a vague idea as to
I
which way
got
to go.
Squeak chipped, and we're.
Okay.
All
Alright.
Squeak, I
I'm
could
just
also
gonna
put it
roll
in.
my
If Shade
D100 and not.
wants a,
Oh, wait,
if the
But
Shade
you
wants
guys
your
are
minus
trying to
25,
find
he can have
us,
Yeah.
and we're trying to find the director. So we're just trying to outpace you.
38.
42! Right?
Yeah, and
42
and if you guys want to take 25 away from yours, you absolutely can.
Is that
So,
gonna make it?
It's going to make it 13, and that
Yeah.
would make you significantly slower.
Oh, then I don't want to take it off.
That's
Fuck
what
your-
But you
would
still
do.
lost.
Yeah, but I'll get there a little closer.
So the minus 25 would lower the score,
Oh,
and you're
wow.
trying to do a higher score. Minus 25 is good because lower on that D100 is typically better. You do not want to subtract probably when you're racing, but no worries. Even if you did not do that subtraction, you still lose by 4. And ultimately, using your magic compass, you were able to guide your way back to Squeak, really ultimately back to the district that you arrived in. And before too long, you beat Shade, Spice, and Bubbles by about 25 minutes.
we do get to. It's pretty much like the lag time between where you went, because we probably just follow the compass that is following you. that
Essentially,
is
yeah.
Right.
updating as we go. It's like
What's the situation with the clamp on the ship and taking off?
So you guys are just headed back to like the district that you came in on,
Okay.
and so the two of you make it there. How are you getting back? You have no ride.
I mean, I got Echo.
You have Echo.
Do you want to hail a taxi? Is that a thing here?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how Echo got here.
Okay.
that's
So
not
as
how you
Dave's waving your hands
see that.
around, you buzz a taxi, and one just pulls over.
I did it!
Good job.
Thank you.
You praise Gibbs and enter into this taxi. And what is your destination? Just the director?
To the director.
You begin to just fly
Single-minded.
away.
Are you?
And as you guys get like just to the edge of the street, Shade and Bubbles like emerge out. They look left just as your car goes around. They don't see you at all. You get out to the street and like if you're following, what are you following to find them?
The
Echoes.
Echo's the compass that Bubs has with Echoes.
You watch as the compass needle just peels around the corner and is just out of sight. They seem to be heading back to the director.
Okay.
Do we know how to get to the director from where we are now? Because
With Bubs' help, yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
so yeah, just getting.
And now
there.
that you're out of the husk, you can access the infosphere like normal. You're able to pull up maps. You can do all that stuff.
I would ping ETA to the director for Echo
Okay.
Whispercom.
And Echo has shut off it. Needless to say, Echo shut off video feed.
Yeah.
Are you? So the plan is we're gonna load up the other Echo units, and you're gonna find a place and use your connections, and that's it. You're done with us. We're gonna be Mosaic Team 4.
I do not believe that is how the number system works. That would make Mosaic Team 1 a team of 1.
I never met them, but regardless, you're worth the risk.
Echo, you get a communication. This communication comes from a bounced place, from somewhere that you are unable to track it through as it goes back into the infosphere and just scatters, bouncing from one satellite to the other to another. And it is encoded into a message that says, rain or shine. The same message that you have heard several times, and it is just a 4-character word. And it says, time. And that is all. And that message disappears. You continue on your taxi trip, and before too long, you make your way to the hangar bay where the director waits. You can see the ship has been refueled. The Dr. Yum Yum's pet supplies freighter has left, and so you now have the entire hangar to yourself. And because it is 9:51, this is where we're going to end for the evening. I would say you guys can like make your way back, and we'll pick up back in the hangar next time. You guys do have a little bit of a lead time to do some things if you wish. But thank you for hanging out with us for this session of Mosaic Team 5. We will be back next week. As a reminder, we're not playing D&D tomorrow, but we are going to be playing an original Paranoia game that Kara is going to be running. I'm playing, Matt's playing, some other people are playing, like Hannah,
So excited to watch.
It's pretty excellent. Alana's playing as well. There's some fantastic betrayals that occur. Check that out at tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on YouTube. It will come up on Twitch about an hour after it airs. But until then, please stay safe. We'll see you next week.
See ya.
Pew, 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 pew.